guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video today. As you can see by the title, our reading today is all about a mystery topic. We have 6 groups for you guys to choose from, and each group is going to have its own individual topic. I actually wrote down like a bunch of topic ideas on this, so pretty much I'll shuffle, and whatever topic falls out, that's what Spirit wants to talk to you about today. So yeah, I really like this idea because I love doing multiple topics. I feel like it keeps me engaged and interesting because we don't know what's going to come up. And I did one of these like months ago, I think like back at the end of last year, and it did really well. I feel like you guys liked it. So since I haven't done it in a while, I feel like perfect time to just put a mystery topic reading out there. And because each group has its own individual topics, you could literally watch as many as you want because there could be multiple that resonate with you today. And also, quick disclaimer, we have a wind advisory today, so, if my room literally starts to shake or if you hear loud gusts of wind, I hope my microphone does a good job of canceling it out so we can get into our reading today. But see, there it is. I don't know if, I'm not sure if it's picking up on it, but everything's fine. Like, I don't need to like take shelter or anything, but it's just really loud and annoying because I want to work today, but the wind has its own plans apparently. And also, you guys, ignore my nails, ignore my fingers. I feel naked. Oh my gosh. So my nails, my like natural nail beds are really kind of damaged right now because I'm that type of person where I will literally go from like set to set almost immediately of like fake nails, and the most I ever go is probably like a day without fake nails on. So they're pretty damaged. So I'm going to, as tough as it is, I'm going to try to go like a week without putting my next set on because I just want my nails to kind of breathe and just like not be, underneath a fake nail. But I literally feel naked and I'm trying, like, to me it's like so obvious. To me it's like this major like siren is going off, and I'm like trying so hard to like hide my fingers because I'm just like, oh my gosh. And even in my everyday life, I'm just like, I am not the same. Like, I am not okay when I don't have my long tips on. And I feel like it's the same way when you get like eyelash extensions. I personally don't, but like I know girls that get eyelash extensions and then whenever they don't have them on, like they feel naked. So anyway, you probably didn't even notice it. Maybe you did, and I'm making it super obvious by pointing it out. But anyway, let's just ignore the fact that there's nothing there right now. Actually, it's me. I need to ignore the fact that there's nothing there. Anyway, so yeah, pretty straightforward. There are 6 groups that you could choose from today. Like I said, watch as many as you want. Each group has a different tarot deck, a different crystal, and a different card that came out as I shuffled. So you could be drawn to the back artwork, you could be drawn to the front, you could also be drawn to the crystal or to the specific card if you know what the card means and the card resonates with you. But yeah, you can do this however you want to do this, but let me show you these options up close one by one. Group 1, this is the Neoteric Feminine Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this honey calcite. And your random card is the Chariot, with the keywords success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, and focus. Group 2, this is the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this amethyst point. And your random card is the Hierophant. Group 3, this is the Queer Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this hot pink agate. And your card is the 9 of Pentacles. Group 4, this is the Alchemia Auri Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this dark blue obsidian. And your random card is the 00, and I think this is pronounced ovum, but this is the cosmic egg. Or the golden egg, something like that. Group 5, this is the Sun and Moon Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this white jade. And your card is the 3 of Wands with the key words virtue. In group 6, this is the Real Talk Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this Budstone. And your random card is the Nine of Wands. Okay, you guys, here are all of your options laid out for you side by side. Like I said, feel free to watch as many as you like. There could be messages for you in multiple groups today. And also, if you hear the bird outside, there's this bird that's been just like hanging out by my window. But it's kind of by the tree that's like right by my window. And she just be singing all day, you know, and I don't know if you can hear it. Again, I don't know what my microphone cuts off and what it doesn't cut off, but if you hear the bird, she just says hello to all of you guys today. So, okay, that is it. Go ahead and choose what you want, you guys. I'm going to get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose the Chariot with the Neoteric Feminine Tarot and this Honey Calcite, this is your group. Hello, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support here on YouTube, whether it's your first time on my channel or if you have watched my readings before. Thank you so much for clicking on this and for sharing your energy with me today. So pretty much very straightforward. We have your deck here. I'm actually going to use this deck for the entire reading today. That's one thing I really like about mystery topics, is just kind of, it's like we're just stripping it down just to tarot, and that's what I love, and I'm here for it. So we're using your deck to see what spirit wants to talk to you about today. I'm gonna get one random card from this. If more than one comes out, we'll see, because I feel like maybe I'll take 1 or 2, but I don't think I'll take more than that. So we'll have to see what happens with this. But after we get the topic for your reading today, then I'm going to use this astrology deck that I have right here just to get like an energy check going into it. So that way you also know if this sounds like your energy or not. So let's see. What is the mystery topic for group 1 that chose the Chariot? There's the wind. I hope that's not too loud. Oh, interesting. The wind, and this person is in a convertible, so it feels like the wind blowing in your hair. For some of you, I do feel like with this Chariot here, I feel like you're on the right track for something in your life. The Chariot is a very masculine energy, but it's very forward. You know, it's forward moving. It's determined, it's strong, it has this very strong drive to get something done or to move forward in some way. So I do think there's like this level of excitement. Maybe you are feeling that wind in your hair. Maybe that's literally, or maybe it's like metaphorically, but it feels good. I would say your energy feels good so far. This is Cancer energy as well. Let's see, what is group 1's mystery topic today, Spirit? What do you want to talk to group 1 about? Okay, I'll take both of those since they kind of peeked out. We have spiritual evolution, the hidden psychic gift. What is your intuitive gifts? Oh my God, that's interesting. Both of these are spiritual evolution. And they were like stuck together. Okay, so it says the hidden psychic gift. What is your intuitive, what are your intuitive gift or gifts? That is trying to wake up. And then here we have the timeline jump. What version of your life is available to you right now if you make one specific choice? Very interesting, you guys. Okay, so what I'll probably do is I'll break it down. We'll pull some cards for this, and then we'll pull some cards for this as well. But since we have spiritual evolution here for group 1, what is group 1's current energy? Ooh, maybe it's that you're finally like moving into that driver's seat. You're finally taking charge of something instead of being passive. You're finally stepping into a masculine energy of like getting something done instead of like waiting on something to be done. You're wondering, okay, what can I tap into? What are my gifts, or what are the timelines that are available to me, and how can I get to where I want to go? Because I just don't want to wait anymore. I don't feel like an urgency, but I feel like you're ready, or maybe there is like, but urgency sounds impatient. I don't think you're impatient, but maybe there is a sense of urgency that in a way that it's just been slow for a while. Let's see, what is group 1's current energy? Energy check for group 1. Energy check for group 1. Taurus. Okay. Some of you could have Taurus in your chart. Maybe Taurus makes up a lot of your energy. It doesn't have to. Taurus, for some of you, you could have Saturn in Taurus. I've been talking about Saturn in Taurus a lot recently in my readings, and that doesn't start till like April of 2028, but you could be very close to going into your Saturn return, or some of you could be in your Saturn return, and that's why it's, you know, there's this pressure almost of like getting your life back on track. There's a pressure, or but it doesn't feel like a bad pressure. It just feels like I'm just kind of like over it. I'm over living a life that's not authentic to what I want to be doing, and I'm just ready to kind of like take control and to go get what I want to get. With Taurus here, this feels like a very determined energy. It's slow, it's Earth, but this is also Venus energy as well. So there's something here on like, you're not being impulsive right now. You're not being, you know, it feels grounding. It feels like you're really taking something one day at a time, but you're actually building a practical plan. Like you're not just jumping into something just for the heck of it. You're taking your time within this situation or within your life in general. It really feels like getting your life back on track. And this purple color, we see purple here, we see purple there. That also feels like your third eye activating. So it's interesting, right? We're talking about spiritual evolution. We're talking about you finally wanting to take charge, get your life back on track. And then we have your third eye being activated. So that's really interesting. There's very much like a slow and steady wins the race kind of an energy for you. And I also feel like you're a really good balance because we're, you know, talking about Venus, which is making me think of the Empress. It's like you're really good balance. So I don't think you're just like jumping into like a toxic masculinity energy. I think you're really balancing out your femininity and your masculinity right now. For some of you, you could already be finding success. With Taurus here and even this Chariot, it feels like maybe you've already been working towards some dream or some end goal, and you're already happy with the life you live. And maybe you're just going through some kind of a spiritual evolution that is going to be adding to that. So I feel like for this group, you're definitely on the right path, you know, overall in life with what you're doing right now, or with what you're sensing, or with what you are like moving towards. You're definitely on the right path. I think it's like a spectrum. Some of you could be like down here, which is like just kind of starting or just taking charge of your life and getting things figured out. Others of you could be all the way down here where you're already sitting in that convertible with the wind blowing in your hair. So what I want to do is I want to kind of break them down since we have two topics here, but there is this overall theme. And I think, especially with Taurus, maybe you sometimes become a little too practical, a little too realistic, because Taurus is an earth sign. And that is a very grounded energy. It's a very day by day energy, you know. And I think sometimes when we get so boggled down within just our 3D, we kind of forget about the 5D, or maybe we need more proof about the 5D in some way. It's interesting that we have spiritual evolution with such an earth sign, because it just feels like that third eye for some of you, maybe it isn't fully activated. Maybe it wants to be activated, but you're like skeptical, or you're scared. Some of you could literally be afraid of it because you want proof, you want the tangible thing. So then when we talk about spirituality and all this 5D stuff that you can't really see, and you have to use your faith and your trust and your other senses, because you can't use your eyes, it's like that's tough for you because you need proof. You need to see something. You need to touch something. You need something to be tangible for it to be real. And it's interesting because for some of you, maybe Spirit is saying you actually have spiritual gifts, right? You're actually very spiritually evolved, but you just haven't tapped into it yet. And this is interesting. What version of your life is available to you right now if you make one specific choice? Okay, let me just answer the questions, right? So let's answer this first one here. Which is the spiritual evolution. The hidden psychic gift. What is your intuitive gift or gifts that is trying to wake up? Let's answer that first. I want to kind of move that. Actually, I don't know what I want to do with this. Okay, maybe we'll move it there. Let's answer this one first. The hidden psychic gift for group 1. What is group 1's intuitive gift or gifts that is trying to wake up? What is group 1's intuitive gift or gifts that are trying to wake? Oh my God, literally the High Priestess. This is literally like the most obvious thing. And look at the purple, right? This is the most obvious intuitive sign you could have received, group 1. We have unconscious, intuition, mystery, spirituality, higher power, inner voice. So I definitely think your third eye is like shouting. It's like it's so activated, or it wants to be activated to such an extent that like you are getting bombarded with signs and synchronicities and intuitive hits. For some of you, maybe your your third eye is already activated, because clearly I think this is a very, very evolved soul. So whether your 3D self is aligned with that higher self being this incredibly wise spiritual guidance, literally, whether your 3D self is open or tapped into that, I don't know so far. I feel like it's 50-50, but some of you could definitely know that you are a high priestess. You are very spiritually tapped in. And others of you, it's like it's there, but you haven't tapped into it just yet. Let's clarify the high priestess for what is 8 of Cups. It came out in the reverse, so I want to keep it in the reverse. Magician, bottom of the deck. 8 of Cups in the reverse, it says stagnation, oh my God, monoton, monotony, okay. And then accepting less, avoidance, fear of change, staying in a bad situation. And then we have the Magician, bottom of the deck. This is like really reaffirming to me that energy of you are a very 3D person for a lot of you. And this energy feels very specific, that you are afraid of tapping into that subconscious energy a little bit. You're afraid of what's not in the 3D, what's not right in front of you. For some of you, you could be like in the scientific field. You could, this is literally like a chemist. So it's like you could do something for your living, or maybe just the life you live, your personality. Like I said earlier, you need 3D proof of something. And I think when something is in the higher realm of things, you get really afraid of tapping into that. And there is this fear of change. And I think group 1, you know that you are very spiritually gifted, but you feel like there's no return. You feel like, okay, if I tap into my spiritual gifts, that is like bombarding me all of a sudden, I feel like I can't come back to who I am today. It's like this fear of change. It's this fear of stepping out of that comfort zone, because you kind of know subconsciously that you would never return to who you are today. And I feel like the person you are today, it's like the safer choice. I wouldn't say this person is hiding from the truth, but it feels like, what you don't know can't hurt you, right? Like you're almost in like this comfort zone. But I feel like it almost feels like you can't deny this high priestess energy anymore. Let me clarify this high priestess really quick. Can we clarify group 1's energy towards this high priestess? For some of you, there could be like a taboo in your community of being spiritually aware, of being psychic, of being this type of an energy. Maybe it's your community, maybe it's your family, maybe like you were always taught that it was like a bad thing to be spiritually tapped in. Let's clarify this high priestess. What is group 1's current energy towards the high priestess within themselves? Because I want to see if you're accepting of it or if you're not. Is group 1 accepting of this high priestess or not? Also, there's kids yelling outside, you guys. I apologize if that's really loud. Huh. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The keywords say generous, caring, nurturing, homebody, good business sense, practical, comforting, welcoming, sensible, luxurious. The Queen of Pentacles is like the epitome of our 3D world. And it feels like you have built a life within your 3D world that you're very proud of. And for some reason, you feel like tapping into your psychic abilities or just tapping into the higher realm, it would take away from your 3D success or take away from your 3D life. But Spirit is saying that you can actually use your psychic abilities or your energetic gifts, your psychic gifts, to like grow even more in the 3D. It's interesting because you think that this could be something that actually takes away from your success, takes away from your independence or your stability. But Spirit is saying it's the exact opposite. It would actually help you grow tremendously. It would give you so many answers. It would help you figure things out so much better. Like there's something here on it would actually amplify your 3D life instead of taking away from it. But again, with this being such a 3D energy, yeah, there could have been like, you know, maybe religion, community, just people around you, or even just you to yourself, where there's something about this that it's a little too spooky. It's a little too like woo-woo out there to where you're like afraid of it. And Spirit is saying to you, it's interesting, right? Because we asked, what is your psychic gift? So it's interesting because they're not giving me something specific. They're almost just saying to group one that like you have these abilities, you have this intuitive knowledge, you have a sixth sense that a lot of people don't have. And I think before you even try to figure out what that gift is, there's a need for you to accept that you even have this sixth sense in the first place. But if I'm going to look at like what is something specific, that is a specific gift that you have, I definitely think, okay, this is where I don't remember the exact names of things, but I feel like you could definitely like have visions or like feelings, like gut feelings, but you could also have like intuitive hits. Like you just know something's going to happen before it actually happens. I'm also thinking of clairvoyance, but I forget what that means. But that's the word that's coming up to my mind. But it's interesting. The question says, what is your intuitive gift that's trying to wake up? And I think that's the thing. This hasn't been woken up yet. Your intuition, or at least you trusting your intuition and allowing your intuition to help you in the 3D, it hasn't woken up yet. Because you're afraid of waking it up. You're like afraid to poke the bear. Now, what's interesting with the Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Magician is I see that you've hit some kind of a... That's interesting. That actually leads directly into the second question, because you've hit the ceiling. You've hit the highest you can go in some situation in your life, maybe your overall evolution in general, like you've hit the max. And now the only way that you can move above the max is if you were to tap into your energetic field, if you were to tap into this intuitive knowledge that you have and that sixth sense. Because this feels like you're stuck. Like it almost feels like a loop, and you've hit the top, and now you kind of don't know what to do. So then maybe you kind of backtrack a little bit, but then you go back to hitting that top again. And the fact that you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician and the High Priestess, I mean, you are destined for so much more than the maximum that you've already hit, or the maximum that you think is your ultimate potential. You're so much more than that. You can accomplish so much more than that if only you tapped into the higher realm a little bit more, or your sixth sense a little bit more. Because it feels like you have to detach from a part of your life that is feeding you limiting beliefs in order for you to truly maximize your potential on what you know you're capable of. Because the magician knows they have all the tools right in front of them to manifest what they want, to create what they want. The magician is also a forward-moving masculine energy, because we're taking our tools and we're going to go do something with it. But this Eight of Cups in the reverse feels like you're not reaching your ultimate potential, because you have to move past that afraid of the 5D energy in order to reach your ultimate potential. It also feels like a fog, it feels like you're seeking clarity in the 3D, but that clarity actually comes to you in the 5D. So until you tap into that high priestess energy within yourself and tap into that 5D, you're hitting that ceiling that is foggy, and which maybe causes you to feel stuck a little bit from time to time. But here's the thing, I think your life is good, group one. I'm not seeing struggle. I'm not seeing somebody who's really going through this massive situation, a massive tower moment or whatever. I think your life is good. So Spirit is saying to you right now, you could live right here and be fine, right? Like you've hit your ceiling in some way, but you could just exist here without moving further, and you'd probably be fine because you're already the Queen of Pentacles. But they're saying that there is a lot of abundance that's not physical, that is ready to come into your life. And I think that's exactly what this next question is going into. It says, what version of your life is available to you right now if you make one specific choice, and that one specific choice is tapping into your 5D? Because there is abundance, happiness, luxury. There's so many things in this life that's not 3D. That's not something you can hold and something you can just like touch. And for some reason, I just heard kiss. I don't know why. It's like there's things in this life that like will bring you happiness that are not something you can physically touch, because it's much higher than that. It's much higher than what the average person experiences. And I think for maybe your entire life, you've always tried to convince yourself that you are average. You know, because I truly believe not everyone is meant to experience this world that we have within in the 5D. I mean, not everyone is the high priestess. Not everyone is meant to tap into that. But I think ever since you were a little girl or a little boy, you've always had these intuitive hits. But I think you've been so afraid of it that you've always told yourself, oh, it's nothing. I'm a normal person. You know, I am not this intuitive person. I'm just normal and I want to be normal. But that's actually your fear. And it's actually sabotaging you in the long run. So I want to see what version of your life is available to you right now if you make one specific choice. Timeline jump for group one. What version of group one's life is available to them right now if they make one specific choice? We have the Two of Wands. So it's interesting, with the Two of Wands in the reverse, it says bad planning, overanalyzing, not taking action, playing it safe, avoiding risk. Upright, planning, first steps, making decisions, leaving comfort, taking risks. I feel like, okay, let me just clarify this really quick. What version of group one's life is available to them right now if they make one specific choice? Let's clarify the Two of Wands. We have the Page of Swords, curiosity, witty, chatty, communicative, inspired, vigilant, alert, mentally agile. I will clarify both of these. Can we clarify the Two of Wands? You are an old soul, group one. And I think that's also something that scares your 3D brain, because I don't know, something about you being this old soul and this very spiritual old soul, it like really scares you in this lifetime for some reason. Let's clarify the Two of Wands. Hey, it's interesting you have so many pages. And the pages are pretty much like, they're the messengers, but it's also a very childlike energy because you're starting over in some sense as well. Let's clarify the Page of Swords. And it's interesting how in that Two of Wands, it's like an old lady. And then you have two young energies with that Page of Swords. Okay, can we clarify the Page of Swords, please? Judgment, self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, purpose, reflection, reckoning. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Two of Cups, bottom of the deck. Union, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. You know what? I definitely think this like purple color is like definitely... Oh, the Ace of Cups. Okay, I definitely think this like purple color is your color right now, group one. I think if you see a lot of purple, that is literally your third eye trying to be activated. It's the universe like literally shouting at you in a kind way. They're not like shouting in a mean way, but they're just being very loud because you keep ignoring it. But yes, look out for purple. any shades of purple. But with the Two of Wands, especially with that coming out in the reverse, Spirit is saying that you are pretty much just holding yourself back in your comfort zone, and that there is so much room. It's like there's two paths here, but this path has already hit its max. And so you're just hanging out here. But this path goes way, like probably forever. But you're just sitting here and you're just like accepting, like, that's it. This is my life. This is what it is. But I think your soul knows there's so much more to your life, and it's available to you right now because that blockage is within yourself. So if you were to accept this intuitive part of you and tap into what it's saying to you, it would lead you to somewhere far beyond your dreams, and you could do it right now, today. This Judgment here is literally a spiritual awakening. So there's something here on a version that's available to you right now is a sense of community of people that are like-minded people. Because I think maybe you are surrounded by people that don't get it, or surrounded by people that belittle the spiritual community. Ignore the kids yelling outside. But there's something here about like finding your tribe, finding your soul family, finding the people that are actually aligned to you. Even with this Two of Cups, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could, Spirit could be saying that the version of you that taps into your 5D is the version of you that finds its soulmate, like romantically. But it also can talk about soul family. And with Judgment here, and with all these people that are like-minded people that are having this awakening and they're all in the same boat, it feels like you are missing out on your soul tribe. And that is something that would make you much happier than like the fake existence of the people around you. With the Page of Pentacles here, I feel like this is very straightforward on the version of your life that's available to you right now. If you make this choice, is expansion and freedom and thinking outside of the box. And I think for now, when you think about those words, you're like, well, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Like, there's something about your energy that feels like, well, maybe it's like, it's, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like it opens you up to so much more. And with this being kind of like an older energy, or like an older woman on this card, it feels like there's a certain life you've been wanting to live for a while now. But because you haven't taken that leap of faith to truly activate who you really are in all aspects of yourself, like life just moves on, and you're not able to tap into the person you want to be and the version that you want to live. But the moment you do tap into it, it's almost like, obviously you can't get any younger in the physical world, but it's like your energy, your soul just kind of starts over in a very beautiful sense with two pages here. I think you're very excited, you're very optimistic. It really like puts you out of that prison. It's like a mental blockage or a physical blockage that you have, and it like really puts you outside of that to pursue a life that you never thought you could pursue. And Spirit is saying, like, you're not too old to tap into this 5D energy. You're not too old to have this timeline jump. It's truly in your hands. And especially with Judgment here, it feels like it would be a very, like, big change. The moment you do accept something here about this 5D, it's like a massive shock or a massive shift in your 3D world. And I think it also helps you realize that like maybe the people around you or the life you're living in general in the 3D is just not the life that's meant for you. So it feels like there's like a big change that's like that would happen if you were to have that timeline jump, and it is available to you. Because with the Two of Wands, you're already at that crossroad, and maybe that's why some of you were drawn to this video, because you're like, what do I do? And I just think you should know that option A has already hit its max, because that's where you are and there's no room for growth. But option B is almost like an endless potential, because that's the path that you're meant to be on. So for some of you, if you feel like you are being redirected by the universe, don't try to hold on to it so much, because whenever we're being redirected and we're scared, we're trying to hold on to like that previous life or the thing that we don't want to give up on. But I think Spirit is saying allow the redirection because it's actually taking you to the ultimate life that you are meant to live. And I feel like not just like energetically, but even mentally, you're going to feel really good about yourself. And you're going to finally feel like you're allowing yourself to tap into a part of yourself that you always thought was like crazy, or you labeled it as like non-existent, or like this is not real. But the fact that like you take that resistance away and you take that friction away, your brain can finally just like open up to what it's naturally tapped into. And it just feels like a whole new like world. It just feels like such a weight has been lifted off of your shoulder. And maybe that's why I was feeling that wind in your hair energy, because there's no weight anymore. You are lightweight because you're finally not only spiritually allowing yourself to tap into something, but mentally, the one thing that you've been suppressing your whole life, it's like that portal. So then when you tap into that portal, everything just clicks. If you make one specific choice, I think this choice is directly tied to your psychic abilities or your intuitive gifts, or like the 5D or this high priestess energy. And I also think that specific choice is you stepping out of your comfort zone, is you allowing change to come into your life. And I think that would really change everything within your life, is you allowing change instead of resisting the change or resisting the redirection. So group one, that is what I am seeing for your mystery topic today. Let's go ahead and get some advice. Advice for group one. Panda with balance. Ask how to bring balance to the situation and into your heart. Maybe balancing the 5D and 3D. Wail with tenderness. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Okay. Oh, I'll take this one too. It says penguin with diamond light activation. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. Okay, group one, that is everything I am seeing for you. Oh, I did not mean to turn my Google on. That's everything I'm seeing for you, you guys. If you want to book a private reading with me, go ahead and email me. I have some availabilities for pre-recorded readings right now over the next like week. So if you want to take up one of those slots, go ahead and email me. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content. That is also in the description below. But thank you so much for being here, you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Hierophant with this amethyst point, I like totally zoned out for a second. With this amethyst point and this Shadowscapes Tarot, this is your group. Hello, group number 2. Thank you guys so much for being here, whether it's your first time on my channel, whether you have watched my readings before. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your energy with me today. So let's get right into it. I have the topics here. We're going to shuffle this and get one, maybe two at the most, topics on what Spirit wants to talk to you about today. And then I'll go in with this astrology deck and I will get one specific card from this to see what your current energy is before we get into the group. So one thing I want to say about this Hierophant, you know, it is a tree in this image, and there's this energy of you being still, you just like hanging out, because the tree doesn't move. Like a tree that is physically in the ground somewhere, like that tree doesn't get up and walk away to go get something or to go do something. That tree is standing still, and whatever it is, it's going to come to the tree. There's something here on like you are not meant to go get something, it's meant to come to you, or the answer is meant to find you, and you just need to be still and allow yourself to receive it. Like instead of you going to chase something and you going to like run after something, there's a need for you to be this sturdy tree that doesn't move, but allow something to come to you. Just like the animals that are hanging out by this tree, the animals come to the tree. There is a lizard here. There's like this thing that's flying by it. I don't know what they are, but you know, it's like the things are coming to you. And I don't know what that's talking about, but I just felt the need to say that for this group. And also the Hierophant, sorry about the garage. The Hierophant is Virgo. No, it's not. It's Taurus. Maybe Virgo is significant for you, but Taurus energy could also be significant with Hierophant. It's interesting because the Hierophant talks about a higher power, higher level of knowledge. So it almost feels like in the 3D, if you were to go chase something or do something or seek answers somehow by action, that feels like you are tapping into your 3D self and tapping into some kind of like a human response, a human action. But the Hierophant is about the 5D. It's about the higher power. So that's why they want you to sit still, because this answer or this resolution is coming to you through the higher power. It's not coming to you through your 3D actions. It's coming to you through meditation, through tarot readings, through your own intuitive hits, through your own wisdom, through the signs and synchronicities around you, but it's not coming to you through human action. And when you pursue this through human action, it's actually pushing it farther away, because that puts you in a runner energy and you're chasing something. And when you're chasing something, it means that thing is getting farther and farther away from you. So that's so interesting. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see, what is the mystery topic for group 2 today? Group 2 with this Hierophant. What is the mystery topic for group 2? What is the mystery topic for group 2? Perfect. Ooh, oh my God, this is too legit. We were just talking about a higher power, and this says your current spirit guide. An intro to the specific energy currently guiding you and how to communicate with them. Come on. Come on, you guys. That gives me chill. I'm actually having goosebumps right now because we were just talking about the Hierophant being a higher power. This is literally your spirit guide coming through and saying, communicate with me. Talk to me in the 5D. I'm here to help you, instead of you taking this human action to going and finding the solutions in the human world. Talk to me. Holy cow. I actually 444 on the time. I feel like I need to breathe because I'm I'm not scared. I'm really I'm really overwhelmed. Not in a bad way, but I'm kind of feeling dizzy. And again, not in a bad way. Like, I'm not going to pass out, but it's like, whoa. Like, the alchemy or whatever we're doing here, like whatever this communication is, this is legit. I wasn't just talking to you about your own higher self. I was just talking to you about your spirit guide. Like a main spirit guide that is coming through today, group 2, and I have goosebumps. Normally I don't channel spirit guides directly, and I think that's why it's giving me goosebumps, because I guess I do, but I don't know. This feels real. This feels like they're sitting here. Like they're sitting at my desk with us, and it's giving me goosebumps because they're really, really here. Okay, let me chill. I need to breathe. Okay, I'm okay. Let's go ahead and get a card for group 2's current energy. Wow. And you know what's so interesting? I feel like these little pupils are you. Whatever these animals are, that's also you. And this tree is your spirit guide as well. Pluto. Oh my God. Transformation, massive destruction and rebirth, massive death and rebirth, massive tower moment, an awakening, an ending. This is literally the Judgment card. This is giving death. This is giving tower. You are having a massive wake-up call, group 2, within your spirituality right now. And because of that, you have a very strong spirit guide that is here to, for one, they're confirming to you right now that you are going through a spiritual awakening, and there is a need to let go of that human way of life. There's a need to let go and to literally allow that tower to crumble, because it feels like, for any death and rebirth and any awakening, something has to end. And it feels like up until now, you've been living this 3D existence. Maybe that's not the most authentic to you and to who you're meant to be. You're living this 3D existence, and right now, it is meant to collapse. It is meant to fall apart completely so you can rebuild in a new light. So I think for one, the spirit guide is communicating with you, saying, yes, this is a major confirmation that you need to let go of the past, or you need to allow this previous version of yourself, of your life, you need to allow it to crumble and fall apart, because that's the only way you can rebuild something new for yourself. And I think this spirit guide that is currently communicating with you and guiding you is a very old soul. The fact that they're coming through as this tree, maybe you feel very called to nature and trees specifically. I think if we're viewing this as like a physical thing, I 100% think they come through as trees, as probably like very big, very old trees, like trees that are like hundreds and hundreds of years old, right? Because trees live a very long time. I think that this specific spirit guide comes to you through trees specifically. They could also come to you as birds, and maybe even lizards. I don't know what this is, like a bearded dragon or something. I forget the name of the lizard that's associated with the fire signs in tarot, but there is a lizard. So it could come to you as that lizard. If you live in a tropical environment, it could be like lizards in general, but also birds, because this thing with wings feels like a bird coming up to your window. That is your spirit guide communicating with you or saying hi to you through the form of a bird. But I definitely think trees are very specific here. But yeah, they're giving you a massive confirmation that you have to allow the previous structure. Because even the Hierophant, oh, that's so interesting. Even the Hierophant talks about authority or like a structure that's already existing in some way. So it's like an institution that's already existing, something that's already existing, you have to allow it to fall apart in order to build a new structure. There's like something in your life, group 2, that is just not meant for you anymore, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a family, whether it's a home that you're living in, whether it's the environment, whether it's a physical something or energetic. It's like something that is already existing in your life as a structure in your life. It's just not meant for you anymore, and you have to let it fall apart in order for you to align to the life you're meant to live. And I think that's why the spirit guide is communicating with you so strongly on a regular basis. And they're literally like sitting right next to me right now. Like, this spirit guide is incredibly powerful, and they don't do things on accident, or they don't like do things just for fun. I think every sign and synchronicity the spirit guide sends you is very intentional, and it's tying to a direct message that they're trying to send to you. And I think a huge part of that message is you have to walk away from whatever is no longer serving you, even if you've been in it for years. That's why, like, for some of you, a marriage or like a relationship is coming through, or even like some kind of a structure as in a job is also coming through, because you could have been a part of something for years and it's just no longer serving you anymore. But your human brain is telling you, well, we've already invested 5, 10, 15, 20 years in this. Do we really want to walk away? And this higher self is saying yes. Because the moment something is not serving you anymore, you have to walk away from it. It doesn't matter how long you've been in it. Very, very interesting. I'm still feeling the sense of like lightheadedness. But I feel like it's because they're here with us today, right now. And 1111, oh my God. 1111 on the time. Whew. To me, 1111 is a very powerful number, and I literally have it tattooed. And my birthday's also in November. So like 11s have always been my number. So whenever I see 1111 in a reading, I feel like that is your spirit guide saying to me, oh, we're here and this is legit. So it's like even more of a wave coming my way. Okay. Okay then. An intro into the specific energy currently guiding you. So I feel like we've already been talking about them, right? They are very intense. They're an old soul. They have been around for many, many, many lifetimes. And for some reason, it feels like in this lifetime, though, this is your first time No, okay. This is your first time together in this lifetime. I don't know why it's coming through like that. This is a very old soul, this spirit guide. I mean, they're probably like thousands of years old. And they have been through many, many, many people, and they have helped many people, and they've been that spirit guide for many people. But in your lifetime, and I think in their existence as well, this is the first time the two of you are connecting. And I'm sure you have multiple spirit guides, and some of them have reincarnated with you throughout your lifetimes. But it feels like this specific spirit guide that we are channeling, the one that is so loud, that is so like in your face, that it's really trying to work with you right now in your current energy, this one is new. This is so like in your lifetime and in their existence, this is the first time you guys are overlapping. I don't think the spirit guide has been with you for many reincarnations. And I think maybe that's why it's coming through as so strong, or so like impulsive, or so intense, or the signs are so bold, because they know what they're doing. But it almost feels like you are not used to the intensity of such a powerful spirit guide. Because maybe your other spirit guides are kind of passive, and they kind of hang out, and they just kind of in the background, and they don't bother you as much. But this one is like front and center. I don't know why I'm thinking of Zeus. Like I'm thinking about like that kind of like a very strong energy of somebody that's like a very powerful being, and they're front and center. And I'm getting like like strong Aries energy. So this spirit guide is definitely coming through as fire, even though they're loving and they're nurturing. Oh, I was thinking about the lizard from the fire signs. You guys should look that up. Whatever that lizard is called, I like cannot remember, but I feel like even though they're incredibly grounded and practical and loyal, like this tree that they come through as, it feels like, oh my God, some of you, okay, I am like racing thoughts right now. Some of you could have a very specific ancestral tree in your home, or like on family land, or like maybe just in front of your house. There could be like a tree somewhere around you that you've always felt very drawn to this specific tree, or a type of tree. Whoa, this is getting really specific. A type of tree. Oh, okay. I'll use myself as an example, and I think that's why it's kind of freaking me out, because wait, this is like too specific. I've always been drawn to weeping willows ever since I was a little girl and we moved to the United States. One of the first places we ever lived in was just surrounded by weeping willow trees. And it was in the state of Florida. I don't live in Florida anymore, but one of the first places we moved to as immigrants, we moved to Florida. And I just discovered weeping willows for the first time ever, and I was always so drawn to them. And to this day, they are my favorite trees. And there's different types of weeping willows. So I think that if you're drawn to a very specific tree like that, that's like maybe been with you your whole life, you've always felt drawn to this tree, a specific type of tree. Yeah, I think that's definitely like that spirit guide coming through. Anyway, what was I talking about before this tree situation? Oh, the fire, Aries, yes, the ram, Zeus. That's like their energy, even though they're incredibly loyal and grounded, but it's like they mean business, and it almost feels like, oh my gosh, this spirit guide, they don't come to you all the time. Okay, how do I say this? They haven't been with you your entire life. This spirit guide is only here for like a major wake up call, or a major tower moment destruction energy when something is ending in your life. And then they only come in to help you end it and to get you on this new beginning and this rebirth energy, and then they go away. And then it's like the energy calms down. And it feels like they are tied to you as a spirit guide, but they only show up when it's like a do or die situation. And for some reason, all the other signs and all the other spirit guides or whatever up until now, maybe you haven't taken it seriously, maybe you've been dismissive. So then it feels like we got to bring out the top guns. You know, we got to bring out like the heavy energy of like that straight to the point. It's like this, it's like a straight to the point. You need to do this now, and I'm only going to leave once you do it. And then the moment you go through this tower transformation, they just leave. And then your life kind of eases up a little bit. But they're saying, I won't be with you your entire life, but I will show up whenever it's a do or die situation, because you've ignored, it's like the last line of defense. It's like you've ignored maybe everything else up until this point. So I'm here to make sure you don't ignore me, but then I'll go away and let you get back to your peaceful life. And then I'll come back. if I need to come back. And that's why with them being such like a force, that's why they don't want to be around all the time, because they're almost like a boot camp. Like I'm thinking of like a very tough like instructor or somebody where they just don't stay around all the time, because it's like they're too intense for the everyday existence. But they will show up to make sure you get something done. Okay. Let's get into your deck. Let's get anything about this spirit guide. An intro to the specific energy currently guiding you, plus how to communicate with them. So yes, we have been talking about them till now. Let's get some cards. I want to see, how can you communicate with them? Because we're kind of already talking about them. How can group 2, so this spirit guide that is hanging out right next to me, how can group 2 communicate with you? I'm going to call him, him, it's a masculine. I'm going to call him Aries. I'm giving him a name. We're calling him Aries. All right, Aries. Whoa. Okay, he is a he. It is a he. It is a masculine energy. He is a force to be reckoned with, honey. He is a force just like Aries. Wow, and we have the Empress. Yeah, and the color red could also be very specific right now. Like a dark, like burgundy, maroon, red. This Aries, he doesn't show up in like that bright red color, like a neon red. Nuh-uh. His soul is so much deeper than that he's gonna show up as a deep maroon, deep burgundy color. Okay, so how can group 2 communicate with you? We have the Empress. Let's clarify and get some more information. How can group 2 communicate with you? The Moon. 2 major arcana already. How can group 2 communicate with you? Let's clarify the Empress. Let's clarify the Empress. How can group 2 communicate with you? The 8 of Pentacles. And let's clarify the Moon. Oh, okay, I'll take both. We have 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Swords coming out together. Look at all the trees. Even this, the fruit is coming out of the tree. In this one, this person, this moon card is standing in the middle of a forest. This Empress is sitting on or standing on a tree. And then this 8 of Pentacles, the web is coming off of a branch. So definitely lots of energies surrounding the tree. So I think we're on to something about that. Okay, this spirit guide right now, one of the like missions, or one of the things that they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to tap into this new version of yourself that exists under the surface. And I think with the Empress here, this version of yourself is the divine feminine. And I think you haven't tapped into that. And they're here to make sure that before you move forward with your life, you tap into the divine feminine Empress energy. And they're saying that the only way you can channel this death and rebirth, and the only way you can have a rebirth, is by you stepping into that divine feminine energy. And that's interesting, because I wonder if that's why it's a masculine spirit guide that's coming through to you, in order for you to, they're like, it's like a masculine energy, but they're here to put you in your feminine energy after a long time of you being in your masculine energy. I definitely think nature, I think all types of natures. We have a ton of butterflies here. We have a spider here, the spider web, all the trees, the branches, the geese, or the swans, whatever is on this. It feels like, and even mushrooms here on this card, it definitely feels like they come to you through nature. That's so funny, isn't it? They're like this force to be reckoned with, and like this intense Aries masculine energy, but they come to you through the most delicate of things, such as the nature around you. That is like so funny to me, but I just think like that the irony in that is so interesting. And I think that's also a message to you that like you can be feminine, but also you can be strong at the same time. Because I think maybe for you, you've always thought that in order to be, maybe you thought that like you can't be feminine and be strong at the same time, or like you can't exist in your masculine and your feminine at the same time. But this this spirit guide is here to show you that you can exist in your femininity because that's where you are meant to be. You are meant to be the divine feminine in this lifetime, but you can be strong at the same time. You can be courageous at the same time. But it's possible whatever life you've been living up until now with this Pluto, that you were forced to be in your masculine energy, or like this other person that you're dealing with or whoever, this other force has kept you in your masculine energy, and this spirit guide is trying to get you out of it. I also think with the Eight of Pentacles here and this being like a spider web, they're saying to you that a way that I'm communicating with you is through the physical signs around you. Because we kind of see that, but I think spider web specifically, or there's something about like they're weaving something in and out of your physical existence, but also weaving something in and out of your energetic field right now. And there's almost this energy of like, you just have to trust it. You have to trust the series of events. It's like one string or whatever it's called in the spider web is connecting to something else, and it's connecting to something else. And they're saying that even if you don't see the full picture right now, you have to trust the initial moment of like what's happening from A to B. It's like they're giving you one step at a time, but you have to trust it. They're here to put you back. It's interesting, right? We're trying to figure out how can you communicate with them. There's also something about your rewards, your effort and your reward. And I think you have to show them proof. You have to show them proof that you are putting in the effort to go into this new beginning and to become this new version of yourself. Because with the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, this is a hard working energy. Like this is like me tangibly, physically producing something, creating something, building something. And even with this, it's like the fruit coming out of the tree and this person is going to pick it. Even that feels like you have to, the way you can like give them back gratitude or thanks, or you showing them that you are serious about something, it's like through your physical, tangible results is how you can communicate with this spirit guide, but how you can also show them like, see, I'm not just allowing this transformation to consume me. I'm not just drowning in the situation. I'm actually taking control of my life, and I have the fruits of my labor to prove it. There's something here about like proving yourself. And once you show this spirit guide that like, okay, I'm on a different path and I'm actually gaining something from the hard work I'm putting into it, I'm seeing the rewards now. I think that proof is what's needed for their energy to go away. Because then they're like, okay, good. Like you did it. Good for you. Like you took what happened with the tower, you built yourself a new life, and you're living in that new life, and you're having the rewards of this new life. Good job. That was what I was here to do. And now I'm going to go. But I think every time you take one step forward into this new direction, every time you plant a seed, every time you do something little that is a tangible thing in this new beginning for yourself, that is like how you're communicating with this spirit guide. Because you're telling them, okay, I see you, I see the signs, I acknowledge the tower, and I'm going to plant my seeds in this new direction. That's so interesting. It's like you're communicating to them through your hard work. But that again is what makes this a masculine spirit guide, because they're making sure you do something to get out of it instead of allowing yourself to drown in it. But I do think ultimately this life that you are creating for yourself puts you in your feminine energy. It makes you the empress. Because then you have built yourself this new foundation. You've built yourself a new life. And now you're sitting on your own throne where nothing can bother you. And I think that's also when they leave, is when you're finally sitting in your power and you have a good balance of who you are as a person within your masculine and feminine energy, but you're really sitting in that Empress power. That's also a moment when they feel like their job is done. There's something about you drowning. And obviously this is metaphoric in this sense. So it feels like they're here to get you out of that, to get you back on track, like a boot camp, like a coach would, and then they leave. I think you can communicate to them through meditation, through the darkness in some way. So nighttime, your thoughts and your intentions that you say in your head before you go to sleep. There's something here about like you speak to them through your mind. You don't communicate with, well, obviously you communicate with your actions of you bettering your life. But I think if you want to have direct one-on-one communication with the spirit guide, or to ask them for signs, or ask them for help, or ask them what to do next, it's through meditation, but it's through your mind. I don't think you're talking to them out loud. And I also think journaling is a way that you can communicate with them, because you're communicating, but you're not speaking. So thoughts in your mind to them, directly to them. This could be in the form of a prayer. This could be in form of a meditation. This could be a form of setting intentions before you go to bed. This could be a form of journaling. But for some reason, it's coming through like you don't speak to them out loud. Maybe you're going to go to a park and sit by a tree and journal, and that is a way that you can communicate with them. Or just hang out in nature and talking to them through your mind. And I feel like the moment you recognize, because this spirit guide is already in your existence and they're already communicating with you, but I think you don't realize it just yet. But the moment you have that clarity with this Ace of Swords here, and then you realize, okay, they're communicating with me for a reason. I'm going to do what they want me to do, and I'm going to communicate back to them. Like the moment you get into this equal exchange energy of, because right now it's just them to you, but the moment you go from them to you to them, like, and you're actually going back and forth in this situation, in this dynamic, that's when you find the clarity. That's when you find the clarity of what to do next. That's when you find the clarity of this ending that's happening, that's meant to happen in your life. And that's when you finally like move things along. So yeah, that's really important. Okay, that's what I'm sensing, you guys. Very, very interesting energy. And you see how like I got most of my main messages without my deck, because I was just channeling just intuitively. I think that's another way they communicate with you, and you can communicate back to them, is this just through your mind and through your intuition. Like you don't even need divination tools to tap into this spirit guide. You could use it, but I don't think you need it. And I think that's why like that mental communication is so important. Let's get some advice. I'll take this one. Oh, more fish. Koi carp, abundance. Move with the flow of abundance around and through you. That feels like that equal give and take. I just saw 33.3 on the time. That feels like the equal give and take instead of resisting it, flowing with it. Monkey with inner child. Don't take life too seriously. Maybe that's again a message for you to end something that's causing you to take life too seriously or causing that friction. Snake. Kundalini rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. All right, group number 2, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. I hope it was helpful. I hope you were able to take something away from this. I have some spots. I have some spots available for pre-recorded readings right now. So if you want to book one of those slots with me, go ahead and email me. We can do a pre-recorded session. And if you want more exclusive content, go ahead and check out my Patreon. But thank you so much for being here, you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this 9 of Pentacles with the Queer Tarot and this hot pink agate, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support, whether it's your first time on my channel or if you have watched my readings before. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. So this is a mystery topic, like I mentioned earlier. We're going to pull a random topic out of this, and then we'll get an energy check out of this, so that way you know if this is your group, but this also shows me kind of what the energy is for the group that we're talking about today. But yeah, let's get into it, you guys. This, first of all, I have used this queer deck like every single day almost that I've received it, or like for almost every reading that I've uploaded. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's just like such good vibes, and I just love the colors, and it's just so pretty. And I'm sorry if you're getting tired of it, but I'll lay low. After this, maybe I'll take a little break and give another deck the spotlight. But I really love this deck. With the Nine of Pentacles here, this is Venus in Virgo. I feel a very calm energy. As soon as I sat down for group 3, it's very calm. It's very down to earth. It's very just very peaceful. And maybe that's the life that you are creating for yourself, or you're very calm, slow and steady with what you're doing. I feel like you could be working really hard towards something, or you have finally achieved something big, achieved a big milestone. This Nine of Pentacles, it's a card about hard work, dedication, but it's also a card about independence. You finally accomplished something. You finally hit that milestone. You finally done something that you have been working maybe months, maybe years towards something. You're finally sitting in that energy and you have it. So that's why it feels so calm and so peaceful, because it feels like after a lot of hard work, you have finally accomplished the thing you wanted to accomplish all along. And I love that in this image, they have like this cape on, which makes me feel like it feels like royalty. And it feels like you are finally, you're finally aligned with who you're meant to be in this lifetime, but you're finally aligned to the career path you're meant to be on. You're finally aligned. It's like your own royalty. You're finally aligned to that divine energy within yourself. And it just feels like after a long trial and error situation, or after years of working towards this, you're finally here. For some of you, this could truly be like retirement, or, for some of you, it's like maybe you worked years and you're finally retiring, or you worked years towards something and you finally have something to show for the situation. You finally have that garden that you have cultivated, and now you're just sitting in your own abundance and you're just really happy. So I really like this energy. Also, this snail at the very bottom is sticking out to me, because that snail feels like it took a while. This wasn't something that happened overnight for you, but you stayed patient and you were determined to get to that finish line. And it feels like you have crossed that finish line, or you're very close to crossing that finish line. But yeah, Virgo could be significant. Venus in Virgo could be significant. I also feel like for some of you, your North Node could be in Virgo, or it's just that you have finally found your North Node. Your North Node in astrology is like your North Star. It is what your soul is meant to do or meant to accomplish. It's your soul's purpose in this lifetime. And it feels like a lot of you are on the path of your North Node. So if you know what your North Node is, view it and kind of look at it and see, is this what I'm doing? Because if it's not, then for some of you, Spirit is saying you have to align to your North Node, to what your purpose is in this lifetime. You have to align to that. But I think for a lot of you, you are already aligned. Because I feel like your life wouldn't feel this easy, or the energy wouldn't be so easy if you were causing friction. Because if you were going against your purpose and against that North Node, you would be causing friction right now, but you're not. Or at least in this energy, I'm not sensing friction. 444 on the time as I'm saying that. There's also a level of independence that's coming through, so you could be very happy just in your own independence, living your own life, taking care of yourself. So that also feels really good for this energy here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the message, or not the message, the the topic for your mystery reading today. For group 3, what is their topic for their mystery reading? Yeah, I feel very calm. I feel like if the other groups caused my heart to like go up a little bit, I feel like we have finally like reached a peaceful energy. And there's also like no thoughts in my brain. So I feel like you're just like hanging, you know what I mean? Like you're just hanging out. Like there's just no resistance right now. There's like no thoughts. There's like, you're just existing in this abundance that you have created, or this life that you've created. And it just feels so nice. It feels like a warm bath. Like it feels like a jacuzzi. Like I feel like I can just like melt in this warm water. Okay, let's see. Mystery topic for group number 3. Okay, there's 2. I'll take both of them. We'll split it up. Okay, so you have your hidden skills, a talent/skill you think is just a hobby that the universe wants you to monetize right now. Some of you could already be doing this because the 9 of Pentacles talks about entrepreneurship as well. So some of you could have already have turned a skill into something you make money off of. And maybe you create your own work hours, you have like your own business. But for others of you, if you haven't started this own business thing, I think that's exactly what this is talking about. And then we have deep connections, your magnetism. What is the most attractive quality you're currently radiating and how to amplify it? Okay, so let's get a energy check for group 3's current energy. What is group 3's current energy? Neptune. Oh my gosh. That is so interesting. Because Neptune is this very dreamy energy. It's very dreamy. It's Pisces energy. Maybe that's why I was feeling like super calm. Okay, I had to sit with this energy for a second. And I'm pretty sure Neptune is associated with Venus. And this is Venus energy. So again, there's that connection to that energy. Okay, you know what? I think this is so interesting because for one, you could be living in a fantasy, but like not in a bad way. The fact that we have the 9 of Pentacles shows that like you're living a tangible life. And it feels like maybe that's why you're able to live in like a world. Okay, this is hard to describe. It's like you're living in a world that you have created. And that's why you're so happy with this world. And I feel like financially and just like your life is put together in this world that you have created. And I feel like there's this like boundary around you to where you're not allowing outside things, outside negativity, or anything on the outside to like infiltrate this world that you have created. Because that feels like this garden, right? Like to have this garden, you have to plant the seeds and you have to create and grow what it is you want in your dream garden. And I feel like you are treating your life as this dream garden. You have taken maybe like a literal fantasy or a literal dream and brought it out of the dream world and into your 3D reality. But it's like, there's something here about like you are living your dream or you're living in your dream world, but it's working for you. I don't think this is like a bad energy at all. Because if this also was major woo-woo and we're just living in the clouds, and this is also talking about living in the clouds, then I would feel like, okay, we need to ground your energy a bit because you're living in a daydream. But I don't think you're living in a daydream. I think it almost feels like you made your dreams come true, or you're on the path to bringing your daydreams and the dreams into your reality. So that's why I think it's so interesting. This one says, you know, what is a talent or skill that you have as a hobby that you can monetize? That feels like taking a dream and bringing it into your reality. And then this, for your magnetism, what is the most attractive quality you're currently radiating? I think that has everything to do with your aura, with your energy, with this Neptune energy here, you're like an out of this world energy right now. And maybe it is because of the life you're creating, but it feels like when people are around you or people tap into your energy, they can disconnect from the chaos of the world around them, or they can like disconnect from their problems, or there's something here to where like, how do I describe that? It's like your energy and your aura is so like comforting and calming to people that they can like escape when they're around you. And that's something that makes you very likable, because you don't amplify their chaos, or you don't amplify the chaos around the world. And it also feels like, I'm reading this as like strong boundaries. So it feels like even in your immediate world, you have created something that has very strong boundaries that not many things can infiltrate, right? So then when people are around you and you choose to bring them into this world of yours and choose to bring them into this sanctuary that you have built that is so peaceful and so calm and so just radiating, it's just, they can really detach from that outside world. That's so interesting. Okay, that's kind of the current energy. If that resonates with you, definitely stick around. I will also clarify this just to get some more information. But first, let's answer this of your hidden skills and talents. So let's see, a talent or skill you think is just a hobby that the universe wants you to monetize right now. Now, if this energy of that Nine of Pentacles and creating this sacred garden, sacred life, bringing this dream into a reality, if that hasn't happened yet, but it sounds like what you want to do, especially if you have a specific dream that you want to bring into your reality, then I definitely think this is also your energy, because you're on the path to that Nine of Pentacles. So again, it's a spectrum. Some of you could already be at this Nine of Pentacles, living in your sacred garden. Others of you are just getting on this path, but you know you want to be on this path. Because it feels like for the longest time, maybe you were in a daydream, and now you're realizing, I want to bring this daydream and this fantasy into my everyday existence. I don't want to just live in a daydream because my reality is not matching that daydream, but I want to bring that daydream into my reality. So I'm living in my daydream. I'm living in the dream life. So let's see, what is the talent or skill that the universe wants you to monetize? Because maybe this is how you build your garden. For those of you, like I said, if you've already done this, then I think this is a huge confirmation that like your business or whatever it is you're monetizing, that is part of your purpose in this world, to cultivating that garden, that lifestyle. For others of you, this is the confirmation to get started. But let's see, what is it? What is a talent or skill that the universe wants you to monetize right now? Ooh, for some of you, you could be psychic or like very intuitive, and they want you to monetize. Yeah, because it's like you already make people feel safe. You already work with energies somehow, or you're already very intuitive somehow. Maybe you already have these psychic gifts. You're already in the dream realm or in the 5D, and you can monetize on that by helping people. Because clearly it's like you already possess that energy that people are drawn to. Because this doesn't feel like a physical thing. Like this, your magnetism with this Neptune, it just feels like your aura and your energy, and it doesn't feel physical. It's not like you're just so beautiful. I mean, I'm sure you are, but this doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel that it's your physical appearance that is the magnet that is bringing people in, but it's your energy beneath the 3D surface that is bringing people in. So when we put both of these together, it feels like you could monetize. Not only are you sharing that energy that people are naturally drawn to and helping people naturally, but then you're also monetizing it. So it is becoming your career path. Some of you could already be on this path. But others of you, this is your confirmation to do it, to get started. Let's clarify, please. A talent or skill? I don't want to take that. The only thing with this deck is it's so thick and my hands are so small that like sometimes too many cards come out. What is the talent or skill the universe wants you to monetize right now? the Three of Pentacles. That is literally like teamwork, hard work, working, networking. I do want to get some more information. Let's clarify this Three of Pentacles. Conflict resolution is the first thing that came to mind. That is so funny. Let's get one more card. Page of Swords. Oh my gosh, there's the Nine of Pentacles again. Here, let me kind of move things around a little bit so we can make more space. Okay, definitely speaking. Your voice is the thing the universe wants you to monetize. And maybe you speak through intuition, you speak through spirituality, you speak through the psychic realm. So I definitely think for some of you, probably for all of you, but for some of you, if you have been feeling a calling towards a career in spirituality, so like a tarot reader, other tools of divination, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's like TikTok, YouTube, there's just something here about like your spiritual, you naturally possess that, like, you naturally possess a stronger 5D connection. And there's something about you speaking about it and like helping people specifically with it that is meant, like that is part of your purpose here on earth. And I think this could look different for anybody. Like this could be a physical shop that you open up somewhere. This could be online. This could be through a podcast platform. This could even be a book. Like maybe you're writing some kind of a self-help thing, but it really feels like for a lot of you, it is through your voice and it is through conflict resolution or helping people better themselves somehow. But you're helping people and talking through things with people with your voice. Say if this has nothing to do with spirituality, this could be like a therapist. This could be a spiritual therapist, but this could be a regular therapist. This could be a regular conflict resolution situation. This could even be a lawyer. I think you're very good with your words and you're very good at persuading. Like you have good persuasion skills. You have good communication skills. You have like just that presence, whether it's spiritual or not. You just have this aura to you where you like demand authority and people take you seriously. And again, I just feel like it's more than your 3D looks. Like it's so much more than the physical body that you have, because this presence, it comes from within you. It comes from your soul. It's possible your soul has done this type of a career for a long time. And that's another reason it feels so natural to you in this lifetime, because your soul has been doing this. But it feels like a quality of yours that is incredibly attractive that we are picking up on in this reading today is something that is much deeper than your 3D body and much deeper than surface level. And people listen to you like you know what you're talking about. So I feel like even if sometimes you don't know what you're talking about, maybe people still listen to you like you do know what you're talking about. This could definitely be writing. It doesn't have to be spiritual. I just saw 1111 as I was saying that. It does not have to be in any spiritual form, but you have a vast imagination. I think you're incredibly creative. So you can channel that creativity into words and you could write a novel. I'm even thinking like children's book because there's so much color on this and that imagination is making me think of like writing something for children, comic books. But your mind, whatever this thing that the universe wants you to monetize, it's directly tied to your mind, to your intellectual thinking, to your imagination, to your voice, and to your creativity to some extent. But it's through words somehow, whether it's written words, whether it's speaking words, it's through words. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles is Mars and Capricorn. And especially with that Nine of Pentacles that we saw as well, it's possible that like a purpose in this lifetime for you is taking this whatever this is, and bringing it into its tangible form, such as that Capricorn energy. Capricorn is very realistic. It has a structure, it has a schedule, it has a day-to-day plan, it has activities, it has like things that has to check off on an everyday basis, and it has growth. But it has growth from structure. It doesn't just have growth from impulse. It has growth from structure, from planting the seeds and from building something from the ground up. There's also this message here on like, you are meant to be your own boss. Even if you network and collaborate and like work with people, I think you are meant to call your own shots. You are meant to create your own schedule, your own rules. Like, you are meant to be in charge of your day-to-day activities. So this is again what makes me think with that Nine of Pentacles of that you have to be your own boss. Now, again, I could say like this could be a major confirmation. If you're already doing this and you're already in that Nine of Pentacles energy, then this is a massive thumbs up, and this is just reassurance from the universe. But if you're not in this just yet, then this is the universe saying to you, hey, group 3, let's get into it. Because the longer we wait, then it's just a fantasy. But for this group, you are specifically meant to bring the fantasy into your reality. It's meant to be a physical, tangible thing, and that's something that gives you money at the end of the day as well. So it's not just meant to be something you do for fun, like a hobby, where you're just doing it for fun and it's an outlet, but it's meant to be something that actually gives you wealth in return. And it does feel like it'll start off small, like that snail that we were looking at in the Nine of Pentacles, but you have to get started in order for it to even grow, right? Like, you can't expect a flower to bloom if you never planted the seeds in the first place. So for those of you, if you haven't started, there's a need to get started. Since there is a lot of like color here, this could be in a creative sense as well. It could be to do with art in some way as well. But there is a message to stay unique to who you are. Don't, whatever this is, it's working, or it will work because it's you. Because whoever you are, whoever your audience is, or whoever is purchasing your work, or who is listening to you or reading your books, it's because they like you as a person. They like your style. They like your authenticity. Because maybe there's so many other people doing this exact same thing, but they're not you. And that could actually be, because I just saw 222 on the time, that could actually be something that deters you from this. If you haven't started yet, you could tell yourself, well, there's millions of people on YouTube. There's millions of people doing this exact same thing, but that's not the point. You will do well because it's your aura. It's your energy that is beneath your 3D surface. It's something you were just born with. And that's what people are gravitated to. That's what people like. People don't want a clone. They want your authenticity. So don't think about it like, oh, there's so many people doing it. Think about it that there's only one me. And since I'm not doing it yet, my energy in this field is not there yet. But yeah. Because I think that your sense of expression, your authenticity, just who you are as a person, that is what people are going to be drawn to. Okay, let's see this, because I feel like I have been talking about this a lot, but I do want to just clarify. What is your most attractive quality you're currently radiating? For group 3, what is group 3's what is their most attractive quality? Oh my God, look at that. Literally the sun. Look at the colors and the kid and the unicorn. It's literally a unicorn. It's not even a horse. It's a unicorn. Meaning it is literally your mystical, magical energy that you are radiating. It is your uniqueness with that unicorn. It's also like your energy that is like, okay, how do I explain this? The unicorn is something that's mythical. Like, it's not real, right? But there's something about your aura and your energy that like shows people the unseen. Like, it like shows people something that's not real, or something that's not like tangible in the 3D. Like it transports them somewhere else. So if you are doing like energy work and spiritual work, that makes a lot of sense, because like you have that quality with this Neptune energy. You have that spiritual quality that like transports people to that spiritual plane, and that's why they connect with you so well. Or if this is about like artistic things, or so, it's like you think beyond the box, you think outside of the box with that unicorn. There's no limits on your expression. There's no limits on what you talk about. There's no limits on what you write about. Like your freedom of expression and your true authenticity is like the number one thing people are so drawn to. And that's why it doesn't even matter like what you look like, where you come from. It's just your aura speaks so much louder than anything else. I also think you're very relatable. Your energy, your personality, you're so relatable that like there's like different ages of people that can relate to you, or different demographics, different cultures. Like there's something about you that brings everyone together, because all the planets revolve around the sun. All of the countries on this earth, everything, every different culture, everyone on this planet revolves around the sun. So it's like everyone is drawn to you. Everyone kind of revolves around what you do, and you bring people together. That again goes back to that conflict resolution, or something about like bringing the community together, standing up for the community. For some of you, I know I said law and lawyer, this could even be like politics. Like there's something where you bring the community together, and your aura is just so lovable and so likable and so real and so raw and authentic that people are just naturally drawn to you. For some of you, if you wish to remain anonymous, that's fine. Like you could publish under a pseudonym. You could have like a channel where you don't show your face, kind of like me. It's like, it's okay. Sorry, I just burped. It's okay to remain anonymous, because it's like your aura will speak louder than whatever you wish to remain anonymous anyway. Or it's like your voice or your words will speak louder than anything. Or like whatever it is you're creating, you could be an anonymous artist. It's like whatever you're doing, it will speak so much louder than like what you physically look like, or some, I don't know why it's coming through like that, but let's see. What else is group 3's most attractive quality you're currently radiating? And how can, oh, there's that Nine of Pentacles again. I don't want to take it because there's a lot of cards, but let's see. How can you actually amplify it? Whoa, okay. The Two of Swords and the Magician, bottom of the deck. What's interesting is, wait, hold on. I actually saw the Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck here as well. What's interesting about this Five of Pentacles is, again, this is making me think of that same, not necessarily, because conflict resolution is definitely like this Five of Swords energy that I'm feeling. But this could even feel, this feels like making people feel better about themselves. There's something about you that's just so genuine and authentic, and especially when you're doing something to help people. Because it does feel like, bottom line, whatever this is, your soul's purpose in this lifetime is to give back to people in some way, or to help people in some way. Help the community, help people, give people an escape from their everyday life or from the chaos of the world around them. Help people feel better about themselves with this Five of Pentacles. Give people something to look forward to. Even if it's just like a little thing, you know, even if it's just maybe an hour a day or a book or something, it's like you're giving people something that helps them escape whatever troubles and chaos they are going through in their everyday world. With the Magician here, it just feels like you're just so genuine. Like, you know how like some people do things just for fame, some people do things just for money? It's like you don't do that. I think your soul quite literally can't even do that, even if your body and your human self wanted to. I feel like your soul couldn't even be greedy or inauthentic in that sense, and that's what people see. It's like they just see how genuine you are, and that's what draws them to you even more. Because it feels like you're just so relatable, and you're like a best friend to all these people. And it's like they know that you don't have ulterior motives. Like you're genuinely there for the sake of this community or for the sake of the people or the masses in some way. And you genuinely care about the people around you, or like your clients or the people you're speaking to. And I think people can see that. This Two of Swords. How can you amplify it? I feel like this is the energy of like you're already existing. And I think just the more you tap into your authentic self, you're already amplifying it. There's like nothing more you could do. I think the moment you force it or you chase it in the sense of money, or you chase it in the sense of a materialistic satisfaction or a human satisfaction, that's when you could actually dim your light. But when you just exist and you're just showing up to do what you love to do on a regular basis, and you're genuinely pouring your soul into this, then it's like your soul is already on a mission. It's already gonna take you where it needs to go. So it's like there's nothing more you have to do. You're already existing in this power. And it feels like that's why you're such a rare soul, because this type of magnetism, it doesn't exist with that many people. A lot of people have to try to make it big. A lot of people have to try to be relatable, try to be genuine, try to be this person. But I feel like you just have it naturally in your soul, because your soul has done this for many, many lifetimes. And you're just like adding a new flair to it. You're just adding a new existence to it, a new style to it. But I definitely think like communicating is like the main thing for you. So writing something or speaking is the way to go. And also art, I will say, because there's a lot of color here. So like maybe physically creating something, but I will say for most of you, there is something about like writing or speaking. But yeah, okay. That's what I'm sensing. Let's get some advice for group 3. Ooh, Phoenix, empower. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. Yes, if you're not already doing this, I think this is a major, major sign to get started. But yeah, creativity. If your thing is more creative and art oriented, that's fine. You know, I think I'm just picking up on a very specific like speaking or writing energy, but art is totally valid. Giraffe with the bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. Owl with sight. Detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control. This feels very together. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings and detach your emotions. Yeah, that feels like it goes hand in hand. But even with this owl, it feels like that spiritual energy. But okay, group number 3, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. Okay, guys, if you are interested in booking a private reading with me, I have some spots available for a pre-recorded reading. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. But yeah, I also have a Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content. That's also in the description below. But take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this ovum card with this 00, and this is either the cosmic egg or the golden egg, I can't remember. If you chose this card with the, okay, I'm going to butcher the name. It is the Alchemia Auri tarot deck, and this dark blue obsidian. This is your group. Hello, group number 4. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support here on my channel, whether it's your first time here or if you have watched my readings before. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. And like I mentioned in the intro, this reading is all about a mystery topic. So I have a bunch of topics here, and actually the topics that we have already done with the other groups, those topics have been removed, so that way there are no repeated topics. So each group is strictly a fresh new idea or topic that Spirit wants to talk about. But yeah, these are the mystery topics. I will choose one, maybe 2 will come out, and then we will go in and get a quick energy check, so that way you can also see if this is your group or not. But we'll do that together, and then we'll go in with the deck you chose to talk about the mystery topic. I just saw 111 on the time, and this is a really cool deck, you guys. So pretty much like all of the artwork, it's like historical or I mean, all of the cards are like historical artworks from the ages, throughout the ages. So I think it's a really cool deck. So I'm very excited to use it in our reading today. So yes, let's get into it. First, let's start off with what is the topic here? What is the mystery topic for group 4 that chose this ovum card with the egg? What is the mystery topic for group 4? Okay. Ooh, a secret admirer. Do you have a secret admirer? Who are they? Well, it's so funny that it says do, because obviously why would Spirit bring this up if you don't? But we'll just use this as you have a secret admirer. So let's see, who is it? I already can't speak today. Let's see, who is it and what are they admiring and like what's going on, right? So let's get into it. This is a fun one. I would say groups 1, 2, and 3 were more like deeper topics. So I just saw 2, 2, 2. Repeating numbers could be a sign about this secret admirer or that somebody is thinking about you. But yeah, this feels like a fun energy so far, but let's see what's going on. What is the current energy for group 4? Energy check for group 4 here. Ascendant. Ooh, Venus, bottom of the deck. Okay. Excuse me. Your ascendant? You know what's so weird? Okay, so that was the first time I choked. I literally just choked. But I've already been stuttering and messing up my words, which I normally do that anyway, so like that's not anything new. But I feel like it's interesting that we're talking about the secret admirer and they're a secret, right? Like they're not saying anything to you, they're not coming forward. And my throat chakra does feel even more blocked than it normally is today. So maybe this person is really having a hard time coming forward and saying something to you. And I think it's because they're very intimidated by you. With this being your ascendant, this is your rising sign. For some of you, you could have your rising, it could be a fire sign, but it doesn't matter. I think whatever your ascendant is, I think I am getting fire, like a lot of fire from this group, but it does feel like you make this person very scared or very intimidated to approach you or to talk to you. Or maybe that's just like, maybe you just like have RBF. Maybe that's just kind of how you present yourself, you know, because the ascendant is how the world sees you. This is also your first house energy. So whatever is your ascendant or is in your first house, that's how the world views you. Even if that's not really like what's going on deep down, or if you even have other aspects of yourself, that's totally valid. But it feels like there's a very certain specific energy that you put out into the world, and that's how people see you. And something about it just feels like this person is very intimidated by that. And maybe you're like the total opposite on the inside. Like maybe you are the biggest softie, the biggest lover on the inside, but something about like your physical body intimidates people, or you have just this very like specific look or the specific aura about you that just, yeah, it's just like a firecracker is how it's coming through. And I think that you just have a very specific presence about yourself and how you put yourself out there. The first house is all about yourself. It's about your identity, your appearance. It's also the first impressions that people get of you. And it's also just how the world sees you. This person could want to get to know you on a deeper level as well, because again, ascendant in first house, it's very much on the outward. It's very much about just what we see on surface level. And I feel like with your ascendant, there's so much more to you. And I think this person senses that, and I think they want to see what's beneath the surface. Yeah, it's like they want to see what's beneath the surface. They want to get to know you on a deeper level, but they are afraid of approaching you. So that makes me think that this is somebody that doesn't know you at all. So I don't think for a lot of you, I mean, it's possible, right? We'll see what the cards say. It's possible that you already know this person, or this is like an ex or somebody that's already in your circle that you already know. But it really feels like this is a new person, because if this person already knew you, they wouldn't be so intimidated by you. Maybe they would. You know, maybe you are kind of selective or have boundaries, and you are a bit strict and you don't just let anyone in, even if they knew you. But something about it just feels like they don't know you that well. So they're getting a specific like first impression about you, but you're so much more than that. And I think they're picking up on that you're so much more than that. But with the way the snake is coiled around this egg here, it does feel very protective. It feels like I have very strict boundaries and you're not getting to my heart. You're not getting to the center of me or this situation or my emotions. Or it also feels like I'm not going to let my walls down. I'm also talking in person. I'm talking in first person. So that's like your energy. I switch back and forth between first person and then talking from myself as the reader. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, something like that's going on here. So let's just see. Now, if this is somebody you know, then they are intimidated by you. And maybe it's because they know that they just can't get through this boundary that you might have up. Let's see. Let's get into it. I really love that this ascendant is here because it just feels like whoever you are, your energy and your aura is just so expansive. Your image is just like so cool, or it's so unique, or you have really good style, or there's something about you that like really stands out about your physical body. And just the confidence that you have, or the way you present yourself to the world, even if you don't mean to, you know, even if you don't think you're that confident, or you don't think you're that cool or attractive or whatever, but it's like I'm seeing it from a very objective level of like, even if you don't realize it, you are incredibly attractive, or you give off a very specific aura, even if you don't mean to. Okay. Also, how cool is this deck? I love the gold on this side. It's so pretty. Okay, so first, let's see, who is this secret admirer? Who is this secret admirer towards group 4? Ooh, and you know what? This blue is also making me think of the throat chakra now. Even though this is a very dark blue, and throat chakra blue normally is not as dark, but it feels like the energy is, it's been building in some way. Like this person, the reason it's dark blue, it's because they have so much they want to say, or it's like that voice, the thing they want to communicate with you has just been building and building and like ripening and getting darker and darker over time, because there's like no outlet for it, or like you are the specific outlet and they're not able to use it. I mean, they're not able to have the outlet. And it's just something about it is just building, and it's like getting darker. And not darker in like an evil or a bad way, but darker as in like incredibly ripe. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. Who is group 4's secret admirer? We have the 4 of Swords. Isn't this so cool? I just love, I don't know exactly. So actually, there is a guidebook, but it's like a PDF form. So I don't have it on me, but it actually shares like what each artwork is. So it's really cool. Let's see. Who is group 4's secret admirer? Ah, the Hermit. Okay, this definitely is somebody that has not spoken to you. Either they haven't spoken to you ever, or they haven't spoken to you in a very long time. I want to clarify this 4 of Swords. Who is this secret admirer? Can we clarify this 4 of Swords? 4 of Cups. Both of these talk about some kind of stagnancy or a period of rest. Let's clarify the Hermit. Oh, you got 2. 2 of Wands in the, oh my god, look at how beautiful this 2 of Wands is. This like coral red color. It's so pretty. Okay, 2 of Wands in the reverse and the 7 of Cups. Okay, very, very specific energy coming through on who this secret admirer is. So I think you'll know right away if this is your group or not. But it feels like this is somebody you have not spoken to in a while. Either you've never spoken to them, or you haven't spoken to them in a while. With the Hermit, and even both of these cards talking about stagnancy or a period of rest, it feels like this person wants to. It's like they want to communicate, or they want to come forward. Even with this 2 of Wands in the reverse, it's like they want to do something, but they're not able to for some reason. And maybe it's because you're in a no contact situation with this person, so they're just not able to talk to you 11/11 on the time. And now that I'm thinking about it, no contact doesn't have to be that like you're an ex or previous lovers or previous friends and you're in no contact. No contact can literally be, again, that you've never spoken to this person and they don't know how to come forward. Because with this Two of Wands in the reverse, it's feeling like they don't know how to approach the situation. Maybe they don't have a lot of options. Maybe it's like they don't have the tools to come forward in some way. And the Seven of Cups is them trying to figure out, how do I do this? If I can't take the direct approach to get to this person, how else can I do it? So it almost feels like they're in the sense of like a fog of like they want something here with this Two of Wands, but it's in the reverse. So something is blocking what they want, and what they want is to communicate with you or to share something with you, to talk to you. This does feel like a crush or like in a romantic sense, because I feel like for a secret admirer, I mean, they're admiring you, right? I guess it could be a platonic secret admirer, like somebody who's admiring your work or somebody who is admiring your skills in some way. But I will say for a lot of you, it does feel more romantic in a way. The Two of Wands is Aries energy. This is Mars in Aries. Yeah. It's like they have this drive to come forward and to communicate with you, but it's literally being inhibited. It's literally being blocked. And with the Seven of Cups, this is Pisces. This is Venus. Oh no, this is Scorpio. For some reason, I was seeing like a Pisces fog where like you're foggy, like your brain or your intuition is kind of foggy. That's why I thought this was Pisces, but this is actually Venus and Scorpio. It's like they don't know how to approach this situation. They definitely want to break the silence in some way. So this could also, with the Hermit, this could be somebody who's having their own introspective moments. They're going through their own transformation in some way personally, or it's that they have viewed this connection in a different lens. They viewed this situation with you in a different perspective. Maybe they've healed from this specific perspective, or they have a new perspective about it, or it's like they're just healing in general in their life or going through something on their own that does not have anything to do with you. Maybe that's another reason they are not able to come forward, because they feel like they're not ready to come forward. Because say if this person is going through like a massive introspective tower moment energy in their life where they're learning about themselves, they're obviously not in the place to come forward and offer something to you because they're not ready themselves. So that could be the literal blockage, is like something that's going on in their own life. But with the Four of Swords and even this Four of Cups, I mean, this Four of Cups looks very bored, you know, very bored. And even the fact that there's like chemistry or something going on in this card, and even this, like being a chemist, it feels like maybe they use work or studies or activities to keep themselves occupied or to keep themselves busy, so they're not thinking about you. But then it's like, but then they, you know, they're so bored. They're still like somehow finding, their thoughts are somehow finding their way back to you, even if they're using something as a distraction right now. And I think with this, especially with this being a period of rest, immediately when I saw this Four of Swords, I thought they're very curious about what you're doing, because the Four of Swords is, what is it? It's Libra. It's actually Jupiter in Libra. So it's like they're craving that expansion into your thoughts, or it feels like they're really curious about what you're doing. Yeah, with that being Libra energy, it's like, what is group 4 up to? You know, are they thinking about me? Do they know about me? You know, I think their thoughts really gravitate back to you, and they're very curious about what you're doing in life right now. But I will say, in a sense, with this blockage and the reason they can't come forward right now, it could actually mean that this person is quite mature, because say if they are going through some kind of a hermit stage in their life, then they're mature enough to know that it's not the right time in their life to pursue you. Even though this Aries energy here is fast and impulsive and they want to get something off their chest, or they want to like pursue this desire that they have, they're wise and mature about it to not do it instantly or in a impulsive manner. So that's a good thing. Now, say if this hermit is something that happened between the two of you and you're both in this like no contact hermit situation because of a connection that you guys had, then I think they're still gaining that wisdom in that sense of like, yeah, it's not the right time to reach out. So for whatever is going on in the scenario, they are just not able to reach out and express to you what they want to express in the way that they want to. And I think they definitely use work to keep busy. work or studies or activities or hobbies or whatever to keep themselves busy. Okay, so this is a little bit about who they are. So astrological placements that could be significant. Since we have ascendant here, any of these could be their ascendant. So such as like Virgo could be their ascendant, or it could be yours. This is, like I said, Jupiter in Libra. That could be significant for somebody. Right now, Jupiter is in Cancer when I'm recording this. So they could have Jupiter in Cancer. Now this, what did I say this was? Oh, I didn't. This is Moon in Cancer. Oh, and I was just saying Jupiter in Cancer. They could have a lot of Cancer placements, but yeah, Four of Cups specifically is Moon in Cancer. That's why they're getting so like boggled down with the emotional side of what they're feeling. And maybe to some extent they're not able to put it into words just yet because Cancer moons are very, very, I mean, their mind is very occupied by their emotions to the point sometimes where they can't even act or react unless they feel emotionally safe. So maybe for some of you, they are holding themselves back in that sense because it's like out of a fear. But the Three of Wands, Sun in Aries, and then this is Venus and Scorpio. So any of these could be significant to some extent, or these could be their ascendant. If it's not, it's no big deal, just for extra confirmation for some of you. But now let's go ahead and see, what do they want to say? This is who are they? So let's see, why are they here and what do they want to say? We have, this is the King of Wands. Pretty sure this is the King of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands is actually Cancer and Leo. So we have Cancer, I talked about Jupiter and Cancer, we have Cancer Moon, we have Cancer again with Leo. So Cancer could definitely be a specific sign. What do they want to say? What does this secret admirer want to say to group 4? What do they want to say? The World. I hope that doesn't get flagged. What do they want to say? Let's clarify the King of Wands. Oh, your intro card. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Let's clarify this World. Oh, the Magician is the first card, World is the last. We have Judgment. Wow, first of all, there's a lot of major arcana. Justice, bottom of the deck. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. You have a court card. You have 2 4s. You have a 2 and a 7. This being the cosmic egg is interesting, or the golden egg. I'm trying to figure out how do I want to interpret that. Okay, here, the World card and Judgment. They're definitely saying to you, group 4, that they are ending some kind of a cycle in their own life, which makes sense because we see that they are going through a hermit stage. So they're going through a massive ending and they're waking up to the realization of something, or the universe has made something very brutally on it, like very brutally put something in their face to the point where they can't deny something anymore. And I think this has to do with you to some extent because obviously that's why they're here. So this could be, for some of you, it could be that they have realized like true feelings towards you, but it could also be that they realized something about the connection the two of you had, something about the mistakes you guys made in a connection, maybe the hurdles you guys face, like them realizing something and waking up to it. It doesn't have to be that it is them coming out and saying, oh, I love you and I've realized that you're my soulmate. It's not coming through like that for everybody. For some of you, this person is having such a big epiphany in their own life that they're saying to you, I've realized what I did wrong. I realized why you felt that way. Like they're having an epiphany about something the two of you experienced. But if this is somebody that you don't have a history with, then I could say that they are waking up to the truth of the connection here as well. Because obviously, if you don't have history with this person, they can't necessarily have an epiphany about your past together. So it feels like they're waking up to you. They're waking up to like this pull, this magnetic pull that they feel towards you, especially if they were dismissing it for a while. But they're definitely ending a big transition or a big cycle in their life. This is Saturn. The world is Saturn energy. So that is like major destruction, but also forming a new structure. Because Saturn makes you realize, okay, either something is serving you and you're on the right track, or it's not serving you and you need to change something and you need to restructure something. And Judgment here is Pluto. Yeah, Saturn and Pluto, I mean, these are major forces of destruction and rebirth. So they would also say to you, I am going through a massive transformation, whether it's about this connection, whether it's about you, whether it's about us. I am going through a full 360 in my own energy. And for some reason, it's leading to you. With this being the King of Wands, oh, interesting. It feels like you're the one person they can't get a hold of or they can't get through to. Because with the King of Wands here, it feels like a lot of people look up to this person. A lot of people admire this person. Maybe they have a lot of friends. Maybe they have a lot of people that want to date them or be with them, or for some reason, they're in the center of attention to some extent. And they're saying to you, the reason my thoughts are finding their way back to you, or the reason I think about you so much, is because you're the one person I don't have access to in the moment that I need you. Like there's something here to where clearly they're going through this massive death and rebirth, whether they know you or you don't. This is even feeling intuitive for some of you. With this being a cosmic egg, this has no life form. For a lot of you, this could truly be like some kind of a soul that is recognizing your soul, especially during a moment that they're going through something heavy. And maybe your souls were connected at some point in time. Maybe they were in a union in previous lifetimes, or you're like soul family to this person to some extent. But it feels like they're trying to like find you in the 3D, but they can't. They're trying to like get access to you in their immediate world, but they can't. But they have access to like a lot of other people, or a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances, maybe even a lot of partners. But it's like you're the one person that they don't have access to. And they don't exactly know what to do or where to go, because something about this doesn't have a life form. So either this is like a very intuitive psychic connection between the two of you, or it's like it's at a point where it hasn't started growing. If this is something physical, in like this is a physical person in your immediate environment somehow, then it's like it hasn't hit the right time for the seed to be planted yet. It's like even before the seed is planted, because it just feels like there's no life form to it. There's like this energy to it. There's like this drive that they have to it, but it's like it's very early on in the stages somehow. But it just feels like you're the one person that they wish they could talk to, or cozy up with, or find the comfort through. There's something like that. So then very quickly, I just want to see how, okay, I'll keep it there. Let's just see, how does group 4 feel about this person? What is group 4's current energy towards this person? I think that would clear up a lot of the confusion. The 2 of Swords. Let's clarify this 2 of Swords. What is group 4's current energy towards this person? I'm getting a sense of annoyance from you as well. And I could interpret this in 2 ways. Queen of Swords. I could interpret this in 2 ways for you. For those of you who know this person, then I definitely think that you have boundaries. Like you have strict boundaries to where you're not letting them back in because of something that happened between the two of you, and you're allowing time to pass, or you're also, that's what I said earlier, right? Like with that egg, initially I felt like you have very high standards right now, or you have very strong boundaries, maybe specifically towards this person. Because with the Queen of Swords, she doesn't let her emotions get in her way. You know, I feel like the Queen of Swords is like very much the opposite of a Cancer moon. You're not letting your emotions dictate what you do next within this situation. And I think that you're staying very disciplined about it, and you're not chasing them. You're kind of just sitting in your own power, doing your own thing. But I do think that you know who this is, or at the very least you sense who this is, because if you know this person, I think you're standing in your power. You're not chasing, but I think you're conflicted and you don't necessarily know what you want to do, because the Two of Swords is Moon in Libra. That's interesting, right? We talked about Moon in Cancer, and then we have Moon in Libra. So it's like you're very 50-50. You're like, I don't know. You're like, maybe the timing's not right. Maybe there's more I need to do, more I need to go through, more they need to go through. So you're very much like at a stalemate energy. You can acknowledge that this person is thinking about you, or maybe you know physically if they've actually reached out to you and tried to talk to you, but you're very much sitting in your power. And you're not 100% sure. Now, I could also interpret this for those who don't know this person, but you are picking up on this energy of like somebody's heavily thinking about you. Maybe you're getting a lot of tarot readings, and maybe your own divination, your own intuition, your own signs and synchronicities are saying to you, hey, there's like somebody thinking about you. There's like the soulmate energy or a partner energy. I think you're right. You're onto something if you have been picking up on like an unknown energy finding its way back to you. But I still think you're in this Queen of Swords energy, so you're not chasing it. It feels like this energy is coming to you and you are acknowledging it. The universe is like bringing it to your attention that this person, whoever it is, whether you know the actual name and face of this energy or it's just an energy, the universe is making it known to you that there is this active energy that is coming into your life, or soon will be in your life, or something, or they're picking up on you, you're picking up on them, but you're not chasing it. I think you're allowing it to unfold naturally. And I think you're just kind of doing your own thing, and you're like, universe, okay, like if somebody's coming in, they can come in. I'm not going to go and chase them down. So I think you're still sitting in your boundaries and sitting in your power, which is great. And then the Queen of Swords is Virgo and Libra energy. So we actually have Libra out here twice. But that could be significant placements for you. And we have Virgo up there too. And then, so you're sitting in this power, but you're aware of this energy. And then the Two of Swords is, again, this sense of confusion, but also a sense of stalemate. I think you're in this point where you're like, okay, they're picking up on me, but they're not showing up. So what do I even do? You know, so either way, I think you're in a stalemate in regards to the situation, because something feels like it's very intuitive and just energetic right now. And it's not necessarily moving into a 3D thing just yet, because it's not time yet. Like with this literally coming to me as like, it doesn't have physical substance. Like it's not a physical thing. It just feels like it's very, very early on in something. And that's why there's not much more you can do other than like acknowledge that this energy is there and just kind of move on with your life, because there's literally like nothing you can do to speed it up. This egg is going to take its own time to evolve. And the energy seems much heavier on their end to you for some reason, whether you know them or you don't. So that's what I'm seeing, group 4. Very specific energy here. Let's get advice. Lion, honor your soul and celebrate its journey. This also feels like Spirit is saying, sit in your power. The lion is not going to go chase. You know, like you have to sit in your authority and in your power, and don't go chasing something right now. If something is truly meant to manifest from the 3D, from the 5D into the 3D, it will. You know, there's nothing that you have to go do for it. It says, Bat, listen up. You're working through deep soul patterns. Release any outdated beliefs that surface. For some of you, you could know, maybe, you know, if you know who this person is, maybe you're already aware that you don't want to go back to them, or you don't want to continue this connection. then this is your soul saying to release it. Monkey, inner child with don't take life too seriously. And this is interesting. Tiger with divine timing. Good things come to those who wait. So for those of you, if you really are in the sense of waiting for something to manifest here, I think, you know, there is divine timing involved. But okay, group number 4, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. I hope it was helpful. I have some slots left for pre-recorded readings. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. And I also have a Patreon. If you're interested in exclusive content, go ahead and check that out too. But thank you so much for being here, you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this 3 of Wands with the keyword virtue and the Sun and Moon Tarot with this white jade, this is your group. Hello, group number 5. Yes, group number 5. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support on my channel, whether it's your first time here or if you have watched my readings before. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. And I am very excited to get into our topic. So it is a mystery topic, like I mentioned. I have a bunch of topics here, and so far from every group, I have removed all the topics that we have done previously, so that way there's no repeating topics. So we're going to get a brand new topic, and then we'll also go in with this for a quick energy check. So that way you can kind of see if this sounds like you, sounds like something that is going on in your life. But if, you know, use the energy check, because if it really doesn't sound like you, then you can definitely go ahead and check out a different group. But yeah, let's get into it. I feel like you could be waiting for something. Waiting on somebody to notice you, waiting on hearing back from somebody. The way this person is juggling these wands, it's making me think of like you put something out there, or you are like performing, or like you are doing something and you're waiting for somebody to notice you. So I could also view this as like looking for a job or like school or something. Like you put your skills and talents out there in a resume or in an interview or in the application, and you're waiting to hear back from somebody. It's like you want someone to notice you. You want someone to notice your skills. You want somebody to notice your unique individuality. I also feel like you're not going to settle for less. I think maybe you could settle, but I don't think you will. I think you're waiting for the perfect opportunity that checks off all of your boxes. Let's see. What is the mist? Oh, that was quick. Oh my gosh, career, literally. And you also got a love thing too. This is what I was saying, the pivot. It is time to stay. Is it time to stay the course or completely change your career direction? That's literally what I was just picking up on. And then you also got love/relationships, a message from your soulmate. What do they want to say to you, to your current energy? We'll do that one second. We'll do this first because I feel like that's what we kind of been talking about. Let's get into it. If that sounds like something you want to stick around for, let's get a current energy for group 5. What is group 5's current energy here? Yeah, maybe you feel like in your current job, for some of you, maybe you're not being recognized the way you want to be recognized. You're not getting the praise that you want. You're being belittled in some way, and maybe it does feel like you're settling. And I think for some of you, you just hit that point of like, okay, maybe I need to move on, or maybe I have outgrown this situation. Aquarius, for your energy check. So Aquarius rules the 11th house when we're just looking at like a neutral birth chart. And Aquarius is all about I know. It is a fixed sign. It is very innovative. It's also kind of rebellious and very unique. And it also thinks about the greater cause or the bigger picture in a sense. Oh, interesting. With the 3 of Wands, this is Aries. This is the sun in Aries. And with this Aquarius energy, I feel like you just know that you are capable of so much more than what you're currently doing in your life. And I think this is specifically talking about your career. You have much greater talents, much greater skills. you have the energy to expand, but I think your current career situation is keeping you in a box. It is not allowing you to expand the way your soul wants to expand right now. And I think that you're hitting a ceiling. You're hitting the point of, okay, I don't want to do this anymore because I want to grow. I have all these ideas. There's so much I want to do, but I'm not being able to do that. I'm not able to tap into that with where I am. And I think you've also given something a chance. I will say, if it's your current job or if you're waiting for something, or if you're deciding to walk away from something, I think you've given it a fair chance. I don't think you were there for a day or two and realized, oh, this is not for me. I think you have been there for a solid couple weeks, maybe a couple months, maybe even a couple years for some of you. I think you have invested a lot of time into this to really gauge if you want to be here, if you want to continue this. And I think you maybe could have been giving it the benefit of the doubt up until now. Like at some point, you know, you're out here juggling, you're doing all these magic tricks and stuff, and you're like, they're going to notice me. They have to notice me. They have to notice my skills. And I think you just kept doing it to get them to notice you. But I think you're hitting a point where you're realizing nobody cares. Like, they are not noticing me, you know, and you almost feel like you're performing for free, or you feel like you're putting on a show, not for no reason, but it's like you're not getting the credit where it's due. And with Aquarius being an air sign, you're incredibly, and this is a fixed sign. So it's like you are not going to change your approach to something, or you don't want to change your habits or your lifestyle, or you don't want to change what you want to do. You're pretty fixed in that sense. You're kind of set in stone on, this is my purpose, or this is what I love, and this is what I want. So I think the fact that like it's the job that's not fitting the mold, now you're realizing, okay, I have to go find something else. In tarot, Aquarius is also 5, 6, and 7 of swords. So the 4 of swords, 5 of swords, 6 of swords. Yeah, I think you're mentally detaching from something. I think you've given something a lot of thought. I think you've tried to make something work, and now you are at the point of detaching, and you're kind of ready to walk away from it. That's kind of what I'm sensing for your current energy. So actually, let's go ahead and start with this career energy, because that's what I initially was picking up on. Now, for those of you, if it's not that you are feeling to walk away from something, then it does feel like you're waiting for the right opportunity. It's like you know what you want either way, but you're waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. But the question here is it time to stay the course or completely change your career direction? So that's what I'm going to answer, because that is what came out. So for group number 5, should group 5 stay the course or completely change their career direction? Look at that, 5 of Pentacles, keywords worry. Should group 5 stay the course or change their career direction? Oh, that's a lot, and I don't want to take that. Okay, oh, yeah, look at that. 10 of Swords with Ruin. Yeah, I just feel like for a lot of you, I just feel like you hit your max in some way. And this is air. This is Gemini energy. This is Mercury in Gemini. It just feels like you have kind of hit the point of no return. Let's clarify. That's interesting. Gemini and Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini. So, okay. Let's clarify. 5 of Wands with strife. Yeah, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of conflict in your current career situation. Let's clarify the 10 of Swords. King of Wands. Cancer and Leo energy. And the 5 of Wands is Leo as well. It's actually Saturn in Leo. Yeah. Okay. Let me just clarify before I say anything. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. Four of Pentacles with power. Okay. Yeah, Three of Swords. There's a very specific energy coming through. And this is Gemini. Or no, this is Libra. Sorry. This is Saturn and Libra. You have Saturn out here twice. And the Four of Pentacles is Sun in Capricorn. I think you're realizing that the power is within you, because with this Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, this conflict, this mental conflict, this emotional pain, this burnt out energy that you're feeling, you're realizing that the power is you. You are the one that brings your skills, your talents. You are the one that possesses your personality and your energy. You are the power that is in this situation. I think for the longest time, maybe you were like, you thought it was the other way around. Like you thought this job had power over you, and like you had to stay there, you had to prove yourself to some extent. But I think you're realizing, especially when you get so burnt out, you're realizing, no, this job does not have control over me like that. It doesn't have that power over me because I have power over myself. That's what I'm seeing with this King of Wands. Like you're realizing that you have kind of hit the point of no return in this career situation, and you realize that like it's not gonna better itself in any way, and that you are meant to take your power back and to stop feeding into it and to really change courses. So I definitely think Spirit wants you to know right now that they don't necessarily want you to be in this career path anymore. Obviously, you know, if this doesn't resonate with you, then definitely check out a different group, because this feels like a very specific energy that for this group, for group 5, your career path is done. Whatever it is you're doing, or even studies, this could be a specific school you go to, a specific course you're studying, specific people you're interacting with. I just saw 1111 on the time. It feels like no matter what it is you're doing for career or studies, it is time to find a new path, because it has completely run its course. I also think a lot of people were taking from you. They just take, and they were not giving back to you. They were not meeting you halfway. I think that a lot of expectations were just placed on you, but it was like overworked, underpaid. It was, you know, doing all the work, but you're not getting the credit for it. And I think that leads to a lot of conflict internally within yourself, but also externally. There was a lot of resentment within the people and within the dynamics, maybe within the company itself. And I think that right now you have to pull your energy back. And I think that is what's going to help you realize that you have control over this entire situation. You have the power to go where you want to go next and to walk away whenever you want to walk away. And the fact that you have you have Saturn out here twice. Saturn is a massive force to be reckoned with. If Saturn realizes that you are on a course that's not meant for you, it will destroy everything and it will crumble everything to the ground. Saturn will come in with a tower moment and it will rip everything to shreds, so that way you can rebuild the structure that you are meant to be in. You can rebuild the foundation that you're meant to have. Saturn is not going to let you live an inauthentic life and live in a false setting, or live inside of this false narrative or a false structure. And the fact that it's out here twice, it's really like, this is a very like, it's like a pressure cooker. The pressure is turning up higher and higher and louder to the point where maybe this fallout is even out of your control. Like this is almost like a divine intervention tower Saturn energy, because it is causing you to realize something is just not meant for you anymore. You're literally at the point of burnout, and it's time to walk away. And it's also time to realize that your skills and your talents are amazing. That's what I'm saying, that you are the power in the situation, because when you walk away, you take your skills with you. You take your talents with you. You take your energy with you, your love, your companionship. You take all of that with you. It's their loss. It is not your loss. You are not losing anything. If anything, you're gaining everything, because you are walking away from something that's just like this vampire energy that's just sucking your blood and draining your energy, and you're walking away and you have the whole world to gain. You have so much to gain, but you have nothing to lose. even walking away from this, you're actually gaining peace of mind. So even just taking that first step to walk away, even if you don't know what's happening next, you're still gaining peace and finally finding balance in your life almost immediately. And I think Spirit is saying it is time. You cannot keep fighting this war. You cannot keep fighting in this conflict with other people that just don't get it, or that just don't see you as an equal, or that don't respect you. For some of you, you could have like cultural differences with somebody here, or within the company here. There could be like racism involved. There's just something to where you are so much bigger than this, because it feels like this company, this job, the school, the people that you engage with, they're very small-minded. And it just feels like you're the elephant in the room in some way. And for some reason, people just want to pick on you, or they just want to like disrespect you to some extent. And I think that's literally the universe saying to you, it's time. You know, clearly nothing is going to change in this dynamic, but you can change your life by packing up and walking away. I think what could get in the way, and especially with the Three of, the moment you walk away, even if it hurts in the moment, you have the 10 of Cups, which is ultimate 10 out of 10 wish fulfillment, happily ever after. What I was going to say is that with Aquarius here, I think one of the reasons that it's hard for you to walk away from this is because you have, to some extent, become invested in like what the company stands for, or what the greater picture is. Because Aquarius is a very like humanitarian energy. It thinks about the masses. It cares about the masses. It wants to change the masses. So there could be a part of you that grew a connection to maybe what this company or this career path stands for, maybe the change that you wanted to create in the world, maybe the people, maybe to some extent you did feel connected to the individuals involved. But we have to walk away from that and realize that we can change the world on our own. We can do what we want to do on our own or with somebody else. We don't have to be a part of this. So there is a need to remove your emotions from something and view it objectively. But I do think, obviously, like when you put time and effort into something, it sucks when you have to walk away and you feel like all of that energy is going to waste, but it's actually not. Even if it is wasted energy, you can't get it back either way. Whether you stay or you don't, you cannot get that previous wasted energy back, but you can save yourself from wasting more energy. So I think that is really important. And there's this energy of believe in yourself, believe in your own power, believe in your own mind, believe in your own drive and your own determination, and believe in what you can actually bring to the table. And there's also a need for you to have like higher standards for wherever you go next. Make sure you don't repeat the same cycles of being treated the exact same way. Make sure you have that respect for yourself too, to go somewhere where it is a brand new chapter with better people involved. Like for some reason, it just keeps coming back to the people that are involved, or their values or something. Okay, but I love that we have this that came out together, the love message. A message from your soulmate. What do they want to say to you in your current energy? It's interesting it came out together because it feels like you're in a very like pivotal, intense energy revolving your career right now or studies. And this also like goes into your overall foundation and your structure. Obviously, like if you're walking away from a job, a lot of things become uncertain. Now things are up in the air. And I think you're maybe going through a bit of a chaotic energy. And I love that this came through with it, because your soulmate, whether you know who this person is or you don't, they're saying to you, hey, group 5, I know you're going through a lot. But while you're getting advice for this, I just want to say hi. I want to say that I'm with you. I want to say hi to you right now. I know it's like they're recognizing the struggles that you're going through. And they are here for you, whether it's physically them being in your life, if you already know them, whether it's energetically, they're here for you right now. So that is just so sweet that it came out like that. Let's see. A message from Group 5's soulmate. What do they want to say to Group 5? What does the soulmate want to say to Group 5 right now? What does the soulmate want to say to Group 5 right now? Ooh! Ace of Wands. Yeah, this again goes back to that message of you are the power. You are the spark. You are the fire. You are the beauty. You are the intelligence. You are the hard work and the determination. And that goes with you wherever you go. They're really saying to you, group 5, don't dim your light. Don't dim your light for people that don't deserve you to dim your light for them. Don't dim your light to fit in. You are meant to stand out. You are meant to demand respect and authority. You're meant to be in a position of respect. They really don't want you to dim your light. They're also saying to you, it's never too late to start over. Because you could be thinking, I spent so much time in this. Maybe I don't want to leave. Maybe you don't want to waste that time. But they're saying it's never too late to start over. And they're saying, I know you want to. Like, this soulmate knows you really well. And they're like, I know you want to move on. I know you already have the idea of where you want to go, or you already have something that you want to do next. Maybe it's like a hobby you want to pursue. Maybe it's an actual career path that you know about. It's like they're saying, you already know that you want to go do something else, so just go do it. Like, stop wasting your time in a situation that's just holding you back. And they're also saying to you, use the power that you have. We keep coming back to this. It's like, for some reason, sometimes you forget the power you have. You forget your qualities, your skills, your talents. And they're saying you're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over with what you already possess. What does the soulmate want to say to group 5? Defeat. Accept defeat. Rebirth. Tower. We were just talking about Tower. I'm going to take all of this. This soulmate, oh my gosh, they're very like spot on with you. They're very intuitively connected to you. Maybe they know you, since they kind of have already said everything I have said. Maybe the soulmate is already in your life. If not, they're like literally intertwined with your energy on a regular basis. With the 5 of Swords here, they're really saying it's time to accept defeat. Because the longer you try to fight it, the worse it's going to get. And they're almost saying to you, group 5, that you don't even have to get to the 10 of Swords. Like, you don't have to get to the ultimate bottom of burnout or of that defeat. You can just call it quits now and walk away before you hit that ultimate rock bottom. And that's okay. It's valid. It's safe. It's healthy. But there's something here on it's okay to accept defeat. And that you're not losing yourself. You're not lessening your worth or your value. You're not losing yourself in any way if you accept defeat. If anything, it makes you incredibly wise and mature and somebody who knows exactly what they want. And just to know, like, yeah, this didn't work out for me and I'm ready to move on. There's something about don't take the defeat personally, but just accept defeat and move on sooner than later. They're saying to you that the current life that you have been living with this career situation, maybe in a much broader sense as well, is just not serving you. And it's not aligned with where you are truly meant to go or what you are truly capable of. And it's like they're like your number one fan. And they really want you to heal from the inside out. And they're always wanting the best for you. So when they're saying, like, I know you can do better, I know you're meant for something greater, they're being so serious. And even this, they're saying, allow the tower to fall. Allow the structure to fall so you can rebuild. And I love that in this, there's like this feminine energy rising from the ashes with the phoenix. That's you. That's literally how they see you. They see you with this intensity of fire. It's like you are the match. You are the flame. And they're saying it's time for you to step into it. It's time for you to identify it for yourself, especially if you've been living in the shadows or if you've been doubting yourself or if you've been lacking confidence. They're saying it's time you sit in your power and it's time you tap into your own inner flame. And they're also saying the only way that you can get to the life you want to live in this new existence for yourself is to end the current cycle that you're in and to let it crumble and to officially start over, which would require, accepting defeat, which would require letting the structure fall, but that's the only way you can rise into a new beginning. So this soulmate really loves you. They're very energetically connected to you, if not already in your physical life. And even oh my God, even the fire coming out of the tower here, it looks just like, it's like, come out of it. Let it fall, but you're going to rise above it. You're not going to fall with it. You're going to rise above it. You can let the structure fall, but you're not going to fall with it. That's what I was saying, right? Just because you accept defeat doesn't mean you're falling with it. Just because you accept defeat doesn't mean you are defeated. It just means you're wise enough to know that there's a vampire sucking your energy and you're ready to walk away from it. Wow. Is there anything else? I think they would also just say that they're always with you, even if you feel alone, even if you feel that they're not there, they are there. So yeah, okay. Very, very interesting that it came out like that. Let's go ahead and get advice for group 5. Wolf, heart medicine. Let go of that which does not serve your highest good. I feel like that's literally everything we talked about. Snake, Kundalini rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. Oh my gosh. It's literally like the wick. Literally from the flame. There's a lot of fire here. Oh, you know what? Oh, never mind. That was a different group. Never mind. But you could have a lot of fire in your chart or in your big 3. Squirrel with spiritual maintenance. Be your own caretaker. Yes, you accepting defeat is actually your own maintenance. Spiritual, emotional, and physical. Dragon. Gaia's gateway. Access Earth's inner wisdom. Love it. Okay, group number 5. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. I hope it was helpful. And if you're interested in a private reading, I actually have some slots left over. Oh my God, I just spit. I have some slots left over for pre-recorded readings specifically. So if you're interested in a quick pre-recorded reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. And if you're interested in more exclusive content, I have a Patreon. You can go ahead and check that out. That's also in the description below. But thank you so much for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. If you chose this 9 of Wands with this Budstone and the Real Talk Tarot, this is your group. Hello, group number 6. I normally don't say that, so that is very interesting to say group 6. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support on my channel, whether it's your first time watching one of my readings or if you have watched my readings before. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And thank you for sharing your energy with me today. So let's get into it. This is a mystery topic. We have the topics here, and actually this group has gotten, or not this group, but like this pile has gotten significantly smaller because from all the other readings we've done, some got 1, but some groups definitely got 2 of these. And after all of them, I put those aside. That way we're not getting any repeating cards. So we're going to pull 1 or 2 from this, and that will be your topic for today. I will go in with this after as like a quick energy check just to see, you know, what the vibe is for the group. You can also use this for your own energy check. And if it doesn't sound like you, definitely check out a different group. But once we do the energy check, then I'll go in with this and we'll answer or talk about what the actual topic is. So one thing that's really interesting to me is this is like Instagram, I think, right? Yeah. And it's interesting. It says 999 followers, you know, and it's a 9 of Wands. So everything is a 9. It says you, personal, creator, dreamer, doer, almost there. Now, what's interesting about this is I feel like you could be questioning something such as social media or something that you have put a lot of time and effort into, you could be questioning, like, is this worth it? Do I still want to do this? You know, I think you're just kind of questioning something. Maybe something is not picking up as fast as you want it to, especially if it's on an online platform. And you're just like questioning, I'm like, or, you know, you're like, you know, is it worth it? Should I keep going? Should I stop? I think there's a little bit of a confusion on what is actually happening, because it does feel like you put a lot of time and effort into it for some of you. Now, for others of you, if you're not questioning it, then maybe you're very excited about it. I don't know though, because the Nine of Wands, I mean, it's a heavy energy. It's an energy of, you know, we put in a lot of time and effort. We're like nearly burnt out. So it's possible that you are happy with what is happening, but I don't know. There's just we just got to get into it. I just don't know more than what I'm picking up on that. And this is Sagittarius energy. This is specifically the moon in Sagittarius that could resonate with you. So let's go ahead and get a mystery topic for group number 6. Okay, wait, let's see. What is the mystery topic for group 6? It's really hard to shuffle these. What is the mystery topic for group 6? Maybe I'll lay them flat and pick one up like that. Let's see. What is the mystery topic here for group 6? Ah, okay. Let's try this one more time. What is the mystery topic for group 6? Okay, if I don't get one now, I'm just going to lay them flat and just pick one. Okay. Okay. All right. I really don't know what any of this is. You know, I will take this one because it's kind of at the bottom. Also, let's take this one too. Is this just one or two? Okay, this one. Okay, we'll take 2. Okay, the first one, romantic attraction. Okay, their late night thoughts. What is the person on your mind thinking about you when the world is quiet? Okay. Second one, love and connections. The shadow reason for the wait. Why love feels delayed right now? Oh, that's interesting, because we were just talking about you questioning, is something worth it? And the Nine of Wands is almost burnout. You know, you've been on guard, you've been waiting, you've been working, you've been doing the things for a long time, to the point of now you're like, okay, like nothing's happening. You know, what do I do? So it's interesting, because I was sensing that, like, do I wait? Do I leave? Do I walk away? But I thought it was with career or social media. But I guess this is actually about like your love life in a way. So let's just get into it. What is group 6's current energy here for an energy check for group 6? What is group 6's current energy? I'll take that. Okay. The 10th house. What? This, okay, maybe it is about career. I know I said what like that because maybe there is something about career, because your 10th house is all about your status, your fame, your reputation, you in the public eye. So I think part of this, there is something going on here with an online presence that you might have. Yeah, because the 10th house is all about your public image and your career, your authority. Okay, for those of you, if you do have some kind of an online platform, or you want to start an online platform, I think that you should do it, because it seems like it is destined to do really well with the 10th house here. You should also see what planets are in your 10th house. If we're looking at like a neutral birth chart that does not have a birth time, the 10th house is Capricorn energy. So yeah, okay, there is something here about If you want to start some kind of an online platform, whether it's a podcast, whether it's photos, videos, whether it's your art, whatever it is, if you want to post something out there or put yourself out there in some way, I think you should totally do it. It feels very destined to become big in the public, or for your status to grow tremendously. So I don't know, for some of you, if you've been feeling, because of that initial message, for some of you, if there is some kind of a thing you're working on here that you are feeling a little burnt out on, whether you're creating something, you're putting your stuff out there somehow, if you feel burnt out, you're almost there. Like, don't give up just yet, because I think that it's taking its time for a reason, but you will get there. You will get to the goal that you have in mind, probably even more than your goal, because the 10th house is massive. I mean, this is like fame and celebrity status with whatever it is you're doing. So don't give up just yet. And for those of you, if you want to do something, but you haven't started yet, 444 on the time, like some of you want to create something and put it out there, I think you should definitely get started. Even if the road seems a little tough, I think that you are destined to make it. So even if you think there are obstacles, the universe is going to remove those obstacles. You know, there is divine timing and divine intervention that will help you get to where you want to go. For some of you, with this being your current energy though, whether you've already started or you haven't, I think that you're very determined to make it big somehow, whether it's with your fame, your status, your public image, your craft, what you put out there, your career. It just feels like you really want to make it big. You want to make a name for yourself. You want to build that foundation, but that reputation for yourself as well. So this is like the dreamer, but not just the dreamer, but the doer. I love that it says the doer there too, because that's very Capricorn energy. You don't just have a dream that is living in the fantasy, but it's just in your nature to take that fantasy and make it into a reality. So I definitely think that is like where your head is at, your heart, your desires. I think a lot of the things in your life right now, in your soul, are revolving around this 10th house career, public image energy. Also your destiny, right? Like, I think you're really trying to figure out, what is my destiny right now? Where is life taking me? Is it this? Is it the thing I'm good at? Is it the thing that I'm passionate about? The thing I'm intuitively being called to? Is that my destiny? I think for a lot of you, yes. Probably for everybody, yes, it is. But I think that's where your head's at right now. That is what is important to you right now. Now, what's interesting, and the reason I said what the way I did when I saw the 10th house, is because when we see both of these that I randomly picked that are to do with a person or this love that is feeling delayed, it was like random, right? Like, this is talking about like love life, but this is talking about your 10th house career that we were talking about. So I think there's a mix of the two going on here. I also think with the green here and the green deck you were drawn to with the almost completely green card, this is talking about your heart chakra. So I think, yes, you are very determined. I mean, it's also making me think of money. You know, so yeah, like, you're very determined about your finances, your structure, your career, where your destiny is taking you, where your career is taking you, yes. But with this being the heart chakra, I think deep down, you're definitely looking for love. I don't think you're suppressing it. I think you're just busy and you're kind of doing your own thing, because this feels like a very good energy. So I don't think you're somebody that's like running away from love or suppressing love or acting like you don't need it, or you're like, you know, like, I don't think there's any like ulterior, you know what I mean? There's no other motives going on. That is a tongue twister for me right now. So I think that within the surface, like underneath the surface, underneath this hustle that you're in, there is this need for love. I think you want love. I think you want a partner. Maybe there's a specific person on your mind that you want to be with. If you don't have a specific person, then you are waiting for this soulmate, for a person to come in, and you could be feeling like it's delayed. You could also be feeling like your career is doing well, or other things in your life are doing well, but the one thing that is lacking, or the one thing that's not moving, is your love life. So yeah, there's something here about your heart chakra is open and it's ready and it's waiting and it's wondering, where are you, or why hasn't this manifested the way I wanted to? So what I'm going to do for the ones where I got 2, I'm going to answer both. So we'll pull some cards for this. We'll pull some cards for the green crystal. Oh my gosh, I just realized all this heart chakra talk and we literally have a green crystal. This budstone. I don't know exactly what budstone does. Maybe look up budstone specifically if you are interested, but it's just more green. It's more heart chakra. So for some of you, maybe you are already successful within your career or within your independence, within your finances. And the one thing you're looking for right now is love. The one thing that you feel like is missing in your life is love. Especially if you're like making it big and this career path is accelerating and you like want somebody to share it with, you want this partner in your life that's on this journey with you. Maybe you're on this journey alone. Maybe you have friends and family, but it's like you're seeking that romantic connection with somebody who can be on this journey with you or who you can call up at the end of a busy day. That's interesting, right? Late night thoughts. Okay, let's get into it. Capricorn could also be significant. So we have Sag, Moon in Sag, Capricorn. This could be in your big 3, maybe Sun, Moon, or Rising in Sag, or Cap, or you could have these in your chart, heavy in your chart somewhere. But let's get into it. First, let's answer the late night thoughts, the romantic attraction. What is the person on your mind thinking about you when the world is quiet? Now, this could be a specific person that you have on your mind that you're crushing on, or that you are infatuated with, that you are longing for. But if you don't have a specific name and face of a person in your mind, it could just be an energy of maybe somebody that is thinking about you. You know, I mean, this could be anything. Take it however it resonates. This could be like that soulmate, this delayed relationship, wherever they are. This could be them thinking about you. Like, it could truly be anybody, but clearly somebody is coming in who is having late night thoughts about you. So let's get into it. For group number 6, the person on your mind. I will answer it like that because it says the person on your mind. So whether you have a face to it or not. What is the person on group 6's mind thinking about them when the world is quiet? What are their late night thoughts? What is this person's late night thoughts towards group 6? Oh, interesting. We have the Knight of Wands. First of all, we have 2 court cards. The Knight of Wands is on a scooter, and that fire is coming out of the back. Now we have the Page of Pentacles with a phone, but it's in the reverse. So that immediately, for one, feels like this is somebody that really wants to talk to you. Even the phone being green, it feels like this is somebody that wants to connect with you emotionally, connect with you on a deeper level, but they can't. Like, they can't reach out to you. Maybe they don't know who you are. Maybe they don't know how to reach out to you. Or it's like they do know you, but they're not able to come forward the way they want to. But with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, it feels like they want to do something. They want to say something. They want to bring something tangible to you, but they can't, or they won't to some extent. Well, no, I don't think it's that they won't. I think it's that they can't. I almost feel like with the Knight of Wands here, if they could, they would. Because the Knight of Wands coming out upright, this person is like ready to go. I mean, if they were given the opportunity or a way to contact you or something, right? If they were given the green light, they would do it without hesitation. Because there's almost this impulsive energy about this person, and they like impulsively want to get into your life, want to get to know you, want to have these late nights with you, but they can't to some extent. Maybe it's mutual for some of you, because I see this phone here. It's also feeling like maybe this energy is mutual. Like, you also want these late nights with them, but you can't have it just yet. Also, with this being the Knight of Wands and late night thoughts, okay, first of all, they're definitely thinking about like your body. They're definitely thinking about PG-13 thoughts. Not even PG-13, 18 plus. 18 plus thoughts about you at nighttime. They're definitely thinking about how physically attracted they are to you. They're thinking about your body. They're thinking about your curves. They're thinking about your skin. There's something here about like you have very soft skin, or like you smell really nice, or like your hair smells really nice. Oh my God. This is so funny. They're thinking about how the moonlight reflects off of your skin. That is so random and so specific, but for some, I don't know what you guys are doing in the moonlight, but there's something about like the moon reflecting off of your skin, or like they want to see you under the moonlight. They also, along with that physical intimacy and that physical like drive, because the Knight of Wands is a very physically impulsive energy. Like they want to be physical with you right now, today, at night, every night. Like that is their immediate thoughts. But I will say, with all this heart chakra going on, that there is more to it. I don't think this person is just infatuated with you. I think that it's deeper than that. I just saw 1441 mirroring numbers. So it's possible you guys are mutually feeling the same way. You're mirroring each other. There's also this energy of like spontaneity, excitement, passion. They feel like you're very similar. So like, for example, if you know who this person is and you had like a really good conversation about something, or if you made them laugh, or like you made them feel good in some way, and you have like really good chemistry with this person, like really good banter, or like just you just feel good in each other's presence, this person is like thinking about those conversations at night. They're like replaying that laughter, they're replaying that chemistry that you have with each other. So not just like physical chemistry, but also like intellectual chemistry as well. They also feel like you're incredibly unique, and that's something their late night thoughts revolve around how unique you are as well. And they're literally saying to you, group 6, they're like, if I could, I would. If I could show up at your house tonight, I would. But they can't. They really can't. With this being in the reverse, it feels like there's no outlet for this energy. So it's just building and building. And I think it honestly might even be turning into frustration. Maybe for you too. It's like this energy, this chemistry, or this longing for each other is just building. And there's no outlet. It's like a volcano that is like just building and building. And one of these days is just going to erupt. They also feel like you are incredibly independent and stable within yourself. And they also feel that you're very authentic to who you are. Like they feel like you're very rare because you're so authentic. Like you're not fake. And I think this person could meet a lot of fake people, or there's just a lot of fake people out in the world. Or if they know you from like social media or something, it's like they see a lot of fakeness in the world around them. Oh, I don't know why Google just turned on. Whoa, maybe that's a confirmation for some of you about something I just said. But they feel like you're incredibly unique, and like you live in your authenticity. You live in your power, and you're not just a fake person. You could never be fake. And I think that's something that really is like a magnet for them. So I just want to clarify that why, let's just clarify these. Can we clarify the Page of Pentacles in the reverse? For some of you, ooh, because, whoa, okay, Wheel of Fortune. That actually kind of confirms what I was about to say. Because for some of you, this phone has a pentacle on it. And this phone is the digital world. And we were talking about you being online or on social media or putting your stuff out there somehow, or your craft or your music or whatever. So it feels like maybe they are acknowledging you online on your social platform, or they're like viewing you through the digital world. And maybe that's why they feel like they can't reach out to you specifically, because they don't know how to reach out to you specifically. Or even if they do, it's like maybe like a lot of DMs go unnoticed, or like maybe they don't want to seem like an obsessive fan. There's something here on like they feel like they just can't come forward because it feels like it would be too much, especially if you have some kind of like an online presence. Because they're not just appreciating you as a fan or as somebody who admires you, but it's like they want to get to know you on such a deeper level. But they feel like something about them DMing you or liking your stuff, it feels inauthentic. It feels surface level. And that's why they feel stuck, because what they want with you is so much more than surface level, but they don't want to come off as surface level. You could definitely be like famous or have some kind of a following to some extent, or people might know who you are. Because say if you have a platform, then even if you don't know who this person is, their energy is strong enough to where it is coming through in our reading today for you to know that somebody on your platform or in your, somebody who knows you is admiring you. And the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune to clarify this is confirming to me that it's very possible that this is somebody you meet online, or like you meet through your 10th house. So whatever it is you're doing for your 10th house, you meet through that. So your career, your reputation, your status, whatever that is, I think that, meeting. I don't know why we're going into meeting when we're talking about just their thoughts, but it feels like that's where the link is. That's how they know you or know of you, is through your 10th house. The Wheel of Fortune is very faded. It's very random. It's almost like a suggestion, or like you just happen to pop up somewhere, or like something is very divinely timed, divinely orchestrated, maybe even through an algorithm to some extent. I want to clarify the Knight of Wands. Now, if you already know who this person is, then they just feel like they're still stuck. Like they just don't know if it's the right time, because the Wheel of Fortune is very fated and very destined. And we were just saying like that your destiny is tied into your 10th house. So I think that's again another confirmation that whatever it is you are doing for that career or public image situation, you're definitely onto something with that. But if you know who this person is, they just feel like the timing is not right for some reason. And they're holding back. So it almost feels like if you know them, they're kind of putting it in the universe's court. The ball is in their court. I just saw 2112, a mirroring number again. And they're like, you know what, universe, like, you know how I feel. I don't exactly know how they feel, but I'm leaving it in your court. So like, if you want us to connect at some point in time, please do something. Like for some reason, they are not taking that initial step to come forward, if you know them. Now, this again really confirms what I was feeling with that Queen of Cups. I feel like that's your energy. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is that authenticity of yours, that unique energy, that independence. This is somebody who is very unbothered. This is somebody who's not chasing things in life. You're successful on your own terms. You're living your own life on your own terms. There's something very like intoxicating about that energy to this person. There's something about just you that is so like, they just feel like such a deep connection to you. And they just feel like they get you, or you get them on a much deeper level, whether you know them or you don't. It feels like the energy here is very strong between the two of you. And I think because you're unbothered, because you're focusing on your craft, your life, your independence, they're really drawn to that. You could be older than them. The Queen is a little bit older, maybe even a bit more mature, a bit more spiritually evolved than the Knight. But yeah, there's definitely some like divine intervention bringing the two of you together. And even this, it feels like they want to impress you. So part of their late night thoughts is also about like, if they had the chance, how would they impress you? How would they take you out? How would they like show you that they're not the average person? They're so funny. It's like in their late night thoughts, they're like conjuring things. It's like this mastermind energy coming through, trying to figure out how they would do things, where they would go, how this could possibly work out. So they're really kind of thinking about things. I'm going to leave that as that. They also feel like not just wanting to impress you, but they want to like provide for you. This being somebody making a cup of coffee, you know, with their own hands. It's like, I want to make things for you. I want to provide for you. I want to cook breakfast for you. I want to like do things that are, and acts of service could be part of their love language. So it's like they just feel this like butterfly energy when they think about you. And I feel like they don't feel that way towards a lot of people. Okay. Now the shadow reason for the wait. So we see that there's this person. Clearly, they have feelings for you. We see some mirroring numbers. So whether you know them or you don't, you could also have this feeling, the same feelings for them. So let's see, what is the reason for the wait? It says, why love feels delayed right now. So let's see. For group number 6, why is this love or relationship delayed right now? What is the reason for the wait? Why is love or this relationship delayed right now for group 6? And you chose the Real Talk Tarot. Even that feels like you want to have an honest conversation with them. You want to talk to them. Why is love delayed right now for group 6? What is the reason for the delay? Okay, taking a while. Why is love delayed right now for group 6? The Devil. That is definitely a shadow side. Let's clarify the Devil. Why is this love delayed? Or love in general, relationships in general? Whoa, look at that. Queen of Cups and King of Cups, you guys. We have a counterpart officially here. And look, you know what else is so interesting? They're looking in different directions. This queen is very occupied by her book. She's facing in this direction. She's facing towards the wheel. She's facing towards her 10th house, towards her own destiny, her own success, her own independence. And we have the King of Cups over here, who is essentially facing in the other direction, is also kind of doing their own thing. So yeah, it definitely feels like there is this connection, whether you know them or don't. There's no like overlap right now. I think you both are in your own world or doing your own things right now. The reason for the delay. Even this Page of Swords is a very curious energy. It's this energy of like, I need to figure out more information. It feels like you just don't know all the information right now. And it's not, oh my God, look, even this is on a computer screen, which again feels like this person is viewing you online. There's something about like, you just don't know this person. It's also possible that you are the king and they're the queen, you know, like take that however it resonates, but it's interesting you're online. What I want to do really quick, I just want to clarify this Devil. Can we clarify this Devil? Oh. Can we clarify this Devil, please? The Lovers. Okay, I flipped the Devil in the reverse. I feel like the reason it's delayed right now, or it feels delayed right now, is because maybe you're putting too much emphasis on it. You're like wanting this relationship or a relationship pretty badly, and you're like putting a lot of emphasis on it. I don't know how to interpret the Devil in the reverse with this Lovers here. Because it feels like this person is there. Somebody is there. But either it's like you're not noticing it, or you're putting too much emphasis on it to where you are, again, not noticing it and overlooking it. Or with the Devil, especially in this image, the Devil seems kind of like self-absorbed, or just kind of really focused on the material side of things or the money side of things, but I just don't think you are. You know what I mean? That's why I flipped it, because I feel like your energy just doesn't feel self-absorbed and materialistic at all. Especially with the Queen of Cups here. That's why I can't figure out how this is a delay or like what it's saying. With this, the Page of Swords and the King of Cups, I think this again confirms in some way that there's something about like the internet or with what you're putting out there. If this is you on this computer screen, it's like something that you are putting out there is popping up in this person's field, in their suggested or just online, or it's being shared to them somehow. So I feel like one of the reasons it feels delayed is because maybe you're looking in person, but it's like this person is not in your reality. They're online. Or it's like they're in your community online, or it's like they're finding you online, and maybe you are looking in person, but they're not there. There's something on like you're looking in the wrong place, or you're overlooking somebody. Because this feels like somebody who's just chilling, hanging out, and they find you through this digital world, and that's how they notice you or get your attention. But you're looking in the physical world, and they're not in your physical world. For some of you, this could be a dating app, because, you know, we have this here as well with the Lovers. So it could be it's like you're looking in the wrong places, such as like bars and clubs, and like, or like there's something like that, like you're looking in the wrong place. You're looking in places where this person wouldn't be. And maybe they're not even in your immediate location. Maybe that's why they find you online or on a dating app where the location is farther away. There's something about like you're either looking in the wrong place, because I don't think you're chasing love. I think even if you want love deep down, I still think you're doing your own thing, and you're very mature, you're very humble, you're incredibly wise coming up. So I just don't think you're like running around chasing love. So that would mean you're just looking for them in the wrong places. You're looking for them maybe in like night outs and clubs and bars, and maybe in like friend circles, like mutuals. Like there's something like you're looking in the wrong place. They're either online on a dating app, or they're in a farther away location, and they kind of live in a different world than you do, different state, different country. And it also feels like they have to come to you. That could be another reason it's slowing down, because maybe you are looking for them when you're going out or whatever. But even this, it feels like they have to come to you because they're finding you somehow through the digital ether, through this online world. They are coming to you through your career or your status. Maybe this is in person, you know, but it's like they have to find you somehow. But the fact that we have a king and queen, or king and queen, and the Lovers, and the Wheel of Fortune, it definitely feels like there is the soulmate energy coming through here for group 6. With the Devil in the reverse, I'm viewing this literally as like they're not in the places you're looking. They're not in the material world. Literally, they're not in the physical world. They're online. How interesting. Okay, I think that is where I want to leave that off. So let's... Is there anything else I want to say? I also don't think it's delayed, because I feel like you are incredibly evolved. 4, 5, 6 on the time as I'm saying that. You're incredibly wise. You really have a good head on your shoulders, group 6. So I don't think you're in a shadow stage of something. I don't think there is healing and things like that that you need to do, because I think you're doing really well. But maybe it just feels delayed because the way you meet this person is a little unconventional, or it's a little different than the way you're imagining that you would meet this person. Like this even feels like going to the mall, like looking for this person in the mall. You know, it's like you're looking in the wrong places because they're not at the mall. But I don't think it's because you have shadow work to do. I would say the advice for you regarding your love life is to just continue doing what you're doing. Clearly, there's something here about the digital world. Whatever it is you're creating, you are meant to grow pretty big in this, so keep doing that. And this person will eventually find you on their own, and they are meant to come to you. Even this, the queen is laying on this this beach blanket, still. She is laying still. She's not moving. She's reading a book. But this king is on a little paddle boat, on a little canoe. So it feels like even in this scenario, the king is on this scooter. This king is on a boat, and the king is coming towards the queen. The queen is just staying still. The queen is not chasing. The queen is also not looking. She's just focused on her own things. But the action is on the king's side. Let's get some advice. Dolphin with Atlantis. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Okay. Spider, Dream Weaver. Tune into the energetic grids around you. Where can you send your energy for healing? Owl Sight. Detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control. I think this would be a situation that you can't necessarily control right now. Hare with Strength. Take time to make clear decisions. Bring awareness and light to the situation. Okay, group number 6, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. I have some slots available if you're interested for a pre-recorded reading. So if you are, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. We can talk about your personal situation. If you want more exclusive content, go ahead and check out my Patreon. That is also in the description below. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.